pissing me off when I was playing it. You can see other people dying. Go fuck yourself. That's stupid.
That's dope. That is dope as hell.
Dude, that is really cool.
I hate it. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Yo,
That
go
is a
fuck
cool
yourself,
idea
bro.
if that like wasn't the extent of it. Like,
All right.
Like, I think the death mechanic. Well, I'm getting. You know what? Never mind. I'm sorry. Go.
But nah, if you want to talk on it, it's all good. If you want to talk about it, it's all good.
I was gonna say. I think the death mechanic, being able to see how people died, I think is really useful.
No, it is useful. I agree. It is. But you know what? I'm just salty because I had never played one of those games before, and it took me a good like hour or so to figure out what the fuck that was. I was like, what is that? What's happening?
The gist of that game is not to hold your hand like at all.
Right.
Like,
The
at
funny
all.
thing about that
I
game-
don't care for it.
And I didn't notice this until I actually beat the game. Like, you know where you spawn it? You're talking about Demon Souls, where you spawned right in the beginning. There's all those tombstones that have like all the worlds you can travel to.
Yeah.
If you turn around, there's a bunch of fucking hints on the ground that explain everything.
From people
Like,
dying.
Right behind
Right.
where you spawn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
All right, so that was the
Who's
perfect
gonna
intro.
turn around?
I just heard. I know what I heard.
That was the
Fucking
perfect
Elena,
intro
really?
to fighting.
That's
game.
me. I'm playing Street Fighter. I wanted
Oh.
to play with other people, but apparently Xenoblade is.
That's the only game that matters.
Yeah.
Like,
I play you, but I got to prep for Street Fighter 5, so it's gonna be Bison. You know.
ah.
God, I don't want to do. Well, no. Anyway,
Yo, what
okay.
happened to Guile?
So let's
Really?
real quick. Let's just start into this, and we'll get into. We can do all the Capcom stuff, but one of us was actually there, so I think you should almost lead the show right now. And you take us where we gotta go.
Yeah.
You should
I mean,
probably talk on PlayStation experience, but I think
Man, shut
mention that after. We'll talk about that after. But live action Capcom Cup.
Okay.
What?
Or not. I mean, you were there, so I mean, like.
Oh, sorry.
I mean-
I was trying to like lead
I
it.
thought
So
you were
like,
like starting the show, so I don't know. So I mean, yeah, I mean, I was at PlayStation Experience. I mean, it was cool. I didn't actually. I got there too late to actually see the keynote. I got there like noon on Saturday, so I missed Fong getting revealed.
God.
I know, but I missed Final Fantasy VII announcement. I missed Nino Kuni 2. I missed.
Wait, what?
There's a Nino Kuni too, man.
Oh shit! I'm sorry.
Yes,
go
sir.
ahead.
missed
I'll
this.
be on that.
Yeah, I missed all that shit. I saw
What
that.
is the first one?
I didn't find out
What?
about Nino Kuni 2.
Studio
what?
Ghibli, level cloud, level
You didn't
5.
play it? That's pretty
You
good.
didn't play it,
Marcus.
Marcus? It was on PS3.
I never even heard of
was
it.
made-
You know,
Yeah, it was like a cool Pokemon type
Was it
RPG.
like a-
It was pretty cool.
Studio Ghibli made it.
Story
man.
game or something?
It's an RPG like Pokemon.
I wouldn't call
Is
it.
it like-
Well,
Well, I mean, I just meant that you collect your enemies and you can use them. But yeah, it's a JRPG, man. That
Yeah, it's a
Studio Ghibli made.
JRPG based loosely on like Pokemon elements.
The music was great. The fucking animation was
The animation
obviously
made by
awesome.
Studio Ghibli, man.
Did
Ghibli,
like-
everyone said.
Yeah, it was basically studio.
Chris
Who's
is
that?
talking. I digress. Go ahead.
no,
Sorry.
no. I'd just like to take a quick detour on the topic of Nino Kuni. I liked the game, but I hope they make it less hand-holdy than the first one.
No, okay.
There's
Yeah.
too many. I felt like 20 hours into the game, they were still explaining the shit they explained at the start.
Right.
Anyway, I mean, the show floor was nice. I mean, it wasn't super packed. Basically, the layout, there were like 3 floors. It was at the Moscow Center. The first floor, they had a bunch of indie games in Street Fighter V. The Street Fighter V station was basically like, I want to say like 10 setups. And then the Capcom store was right next to it. And it was just a bunch of dudes playing Street Fighter. Most of them sucked. But you got Punko trying to enter all of the tournaments and win PS4s and shit. Punko actually, there was a tournament in the morning. Punko signed up for it and won. And then he came back later that day and tried to sign up again. But they turned
Yes.
him
I respect it.
No, sir. You can't go back.
away. Punko wants them PS4s, dude. He's trying to make his money.
Damn, I'm really trying to
I mean,
believe
heck,
like
man,
he
why
came
not?
in like a disguise of some sort.
Like a little fake mustache.
Like, I am Daigo.
It's like, oh, you Punko, put your shirt back on.
Little goatee.
Sir, get out.
Put on some glasses.
Yeah.
My name Fudo.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I mean the build that I was watching, I mean, apparently hard knockdowns are back. I don't know how I feel about like on sweeps. Not every character has it because I noticed like Birdie was doing sweeps and he doesn't get hard knockdowns, but Chun-Li does.
If he had hard knockdowns on his sweep, he'd be freaking stupid.
Did Ryu
Yeah.
get one?
I don't know. No one played Ryu because he's ass.
No one played him.
He's
Actually,
that
no.
bad?
There, people were playing Ryu. I don't remember.
Can't be that bad, man. Like,
I mean, I got to watch Casablanca, the legend, get bodied in 5.
Ooh.
Apparently, Blanca
Nice.
fundamentals don't transfer.
Well, who was he using?
He was using Karen, but dude,
Karen? Okay.
he got jumped in on. Man, it was like watching a child play.
Fuck.
Really bad.
That's
Man, thank you.
pretty bad.
Timestamp.
damn, dog.
Just
So much
keep.
for subtlety, man. Shit.
No, I gave him shit for it all weekend.
Oh, that's good. That is awesome. You do that, so.
I did, man. I wanna fuel that rage, the rage that makes you strive to be a better player. He's gonna practice so hard that he's gonna fuck me up when it comes out. So I'm excited. But yeah, the first floor was It was like I said, it was a bunch of indie games. There was a bunch of stuff. KOF 14 was there too, but I didn't get to play it. The line for KOF 14 was oddly way longer than 5.
well, to be fair, with 5 had the beta and stuff.
Yeah, that's how I rationalized it too. 5 has had a lot more exposure, but it was still weird to see because I don't think of KOF as a particularly popular game.
Yeah.
It may not
at
be
least-
as popular, but
True.
it's the one with the most intrigue
Internationally.
because it looks like doo-doo, but, you know.
I can understand that.
People
like,
wanted to see
people
how
might
bad it
be
was.
more
Well, it
inclined to
was
wanna
good
try
because
it
they
out.
were showing off their PS2 classics. So
Oh.
yeah.
People thought it was a fucking emulated game.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Check out the backwards
Come on, dog.
compatibility.
It's too early.
Yes.
What is this?
Accountability for
It's too
KOF.
early for that.
I used to love this game.
But
Yes,
second
sir.
floor was much better actually. They had fucking Dark Souls 3 there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and I didn't play it because I don't know. When I'm at conventions, I don't know, get like germaphobe, fucking touching shit everyone else has been touching. But I was watching people play it, and it looks dope. They had a big Dark Souls fountain. It was crazy, and like you could take pictures with it. It was just like it was like the size of a small house. The fountain.
Yeah.
And you'd like they had your sword you hold on to, you shove it down, and like a spring of water just shoots up into the sky. It was amazing.
Yeah.
And then like some cute girl takes your picture, and then you walk off. 'Cause, you know everyone's trying to hit on.
And then you fucking leave.
And you walk off.
You realize you
You're
fucking
fucking
plays.
And lastly, I mean, there was other stuff like Uncharted 4. They were showing on the second floor. It was kind of neat. But on the third floor is where Capcom Cup took place, which took place on Sunday, and it was in like the most massive auditorium I'd ever been in. It was crazy. Like a lot of people were talking about the audience looking kind of empty.
Yeah,
That
that's
place
what's
was-
on stream.
That place was full as fuck. What that was the first like 50 rows were like reserved for VIP, and there weren't that many VIPs.
Okay.
I figured
yeah,
that- I
it
figured
looked like
that
it
was
was
the
kind of
case.
empty, so that makes sense.
Or
Yeah,
figured
that
was
whole
the case.
front row was all VIP seating, and
Oh.
like as you walk out, I was walking by because I was there with Broly and Cast and them, and you'd walk by empty chairs forever, and then you cross the fucking the barricade, and there's just people like a sea of them.
Yeah.
No.
It was a really fun event, dude. I don't know how much of it y'all got to see on stream, but for the entrances of the players, they had like these doors that were like showing video of like random characters or whatever character they play that would like slide up, and then like fog
Yeah.
would come out, the player would walk down. Like seeing that shit live, I was like, this is so esports.
I don't think they showed that, or did I just totally
I saw
miss
it,
that?
yeah, because they showed Gustavo did that fucking pose.
Yeah, dude.
I saw these face things, but I didn't see the
get to
doors.
see like the opening ceremony or whatever. If this is what we're talking about.
They did it all throughout the event, but it was most prominently displayed in the opening ceremony.
Oh, okay.
I only saw it because I thought they were starting at noon, like on the dot, and then they ran late, so I was just sitting there waiting. And so I watched that whole intro. It was pretty cool. I mean, it was kind of funny to see some of those guys. You could tell they didn't know what to do when the door came up. They were just kind of like, hey.
That shit was funny as hell. It was the very first time that people were coming out. It was especially funny because like you have fucking like Daigo walked down, and I'm sure the camera cut away, but he was looking confused as fuck, like he didn't know where to walk.
Dude, he's terrible at that stuff. Like,
Dude, he just takes care of old people and fucks people up in Street Fighter, man. Just leave him alone.
No, well, like there seemed to be an issue. I don't know if they didn't instruct them or what, but none of them seemed to know which way to walk after they fucking got out of the. It was funny. It was just.
I'm sure they didn't, because I'm sure, like, based on like a lot of parts of how the event were ran, like they didn't know where to sit because there were 2 stations on stage, and like there was a main stream and a secondary stream, but the secondary stream wasn't always being played. So I don't know how it was for being at home. I can only assume, but you'd have to have like the main stream and then like a monitor with the secondary stream just dead. But whenever
when
That's how I watched it.
there was a couple of us at the arcade, like me, Bonnie, and Jason, and basically they on the stage they put the main stream, and on one of the setups we had the secondary stream running until they stopped matches on that, and we just watched.
Yeah, I do have to say, it did really annoy me that because they ran on one day, like they had to have 2 going on at the same time. I didn't realize, and I kept hearing like, "Oh, this shit happened." I was like, "Fuck!" I didn't realize it was a second stream. Like, I gotta watch 2 fucking things at once. Like,
And
I'm on
then,
one thing, and then I
and
hear
if
like, "Oh shit!" The one on the other one was fucking hype as hell, and then I was like, "Fuck!"
Yeah.
I switch over there, and it's like, "Fuck!" You just missed it. It's like,
no,
Yeah.
literally, like Daigo and Infiltration were playing at the same time as I can't remember who. Oh yeah, it was like Tokido and GamerB, and we
Yeah.
just kept like looking back and forth, man. Like it was pretty intense there for a moment.
It was
Yeah,
tough
and-
because I was watching on my phone and the laptop, and then I was like, Abe was like updating me on stuff. It was
it was a
I
nightmare,
mean,
man.
if it was
Like,
like, I mean, if it was like, you know, just a random thing, then whatever. But it's like they, you know, hyped it up as like the biggest thing with the fucking best players, you know.
maybe had they made
like-
it 2 days.
Yeah,
Sorry,
that's
just
you
saying.
know,
Anyway.
that probably would have solved it right off the bat.
Yeah, I mean, I love the fact that it was one day, but yeah, watching it sucked. Like that sucks tremendously.
I prefer the events to be more spread out. Like I would have liked it if it were 2 days, every match was streamed, then it was 3 out of 5.
Yeah, I mean, if
whole
you're
thing.
gonna give me 3 out of 5 the whole thing, then you're right. I just like I've been like this for all sports. I mean, Street Fighter is not money yet, you know, or you know, maybe the winner is, but you know what I mean. It's not money for everybody.
Comparatively.
Yeah. But what I mean is like I'm always like, dude, you're the best, right? Deal with the gauntlet. You know, deal with the quote unquote toughness. You know, like.
Sure.
So I get, but yeah, in terms of a viewing experience, it sucks. Because it's like 10 hours there and then 2 streams, and it's like, oh, this is stupid.
Yeah, I mean, it even sucked for the audience because like you would have to divide your attention, and like at one point I think there was like a GamerB on the mainstream. It was GamerB playing, I forget who he was playing, but it was a really boring match. He was playing lane, and the audience was like just cheering, and if you were watching the mainstream, like you probably wouldn't know why, but it's because they were watching the fucking losers bracket. Because
Yeah,
it was
that's
more
That
entertaining.
happened
what
to me a
happened.
lot.
Yes.
Yeah, where you could hear the crowd going crazy, and it was like, what was that?
It reminded
Yeah,
me
it's
of
like,
Evo, when there's like
Yeah,
Smash.
I had the
and
main
Madness.
stream on my PS4 Twitch, and I had the second stream on my phone. That's what I end up doing, whatever,
Oh,
just
that
to kind of
sucks.
keep up. Yeah, I mean, like
I'm
whatever.
not gonna lie, I never realized having a 2 monitor setup was as awesome as it is until
2, I've got 3, and I need to get more.
Me
Anyway.
personally, though, I was only conflicted about which match to watch, like a couple times, honestly.
I was rarely conflicted because I had it on 2 big ass screens right in front of me.
Right? Yeah.
That said, there were a few moments where I was like, all right, I've bet money on both of these matches and I want to watch them both. But it's, I
Maybe
don't
it's
know,
just
man.
me, but I got tired of like switching screens, so I pretty much stopped doing it. It's like every time I switch to the other one, it's like, well, fuck, I gotta go through goddamn ad again. Oh wait, this matchup sucks. Let me go back to the other one. Gotta watch the fucking ad again.
Yeah, the event was kind of crazy, man. I had a chance to talk to Strider briefly after Capcom Cup was over, and he was kind of disappointed. I mean, he didn't seem heartbroken about it, but I mean,
I'm
in
not
all
sure
honesty,
it went
he's
so either way though, man. I mean, it was so close. I mean,
He-
just
he
That
got the closest to beating Kazunoko.
yeah. I mean, it was just
Yeah.
like, it was
That's what I was
right
telling
there.
Chris.
Yeah,
when
I don't
talked
think
to
I
him,
got to
like
see any
he
of it.
played him better than anybody. Like
Point.
and that guy won the whole thing. Like that sucks.
And then I don't want to, because there's a chance we may get him. So I don't want to say nothing, but out of all the Abels there, like, man, like they all have
Oh, he had the
longer
worst,
runs.
showing.
Yeah.
I
only saw him and Strider's first match. I saw all of Kiyoma's, but that was it.
like regardless of like him being on the show or whatever, he may have technically on paper had the worst showing, but he was the only Abel that fought the winner.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Who knocked him out?
It was
Knocked who out?
Strider.
Kazunoko sent him to losers first round, and then in losers,
Valmaster beat him, didn't he?
Was it?
Was it Valmaster?
I didn't see his second match. Is why I'm asking. I just heard he was out, and I was like, oh,
He
shit,
went
that
0
sucks.
2. I'm not saying
we
that's
should have
bad.
a bracket for this anyway. Someone ought to pull it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. No, I know he went 0 2, but that's what I'm saying. I didn't see his second match. Like before I got to check on him
Yeah,
again,
I'll pull
they
it
were
up
like,
now.
he's out.
Hold up.
Right, same here.
Oh, I don't know if you guys noticed this as well. If you watched the Capcom Cup, and seeing it live was super weird too. All the players that were like super famous played like shit in their first round. Like
Do you
absolute
think that
dog
was
shit.
kind of like them just really? I mean, it kind of like showed in some of their interviews, like literally just not just blowing people off. I mean, I know for Justin, he literally just even didn't. I mean, it really boiled down to without even. He just didn't respect Tompi at all. It was just like
Excluding Strider. Excluding
Yeah.
Strider, all of the Americans were fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Like, it was the audacity was super staggering. Like, just like, oh, Strider's better, so I ain't worried about Kiyoma. Like,
Right.
fuck off, dude.
Oh, that was Snake Eyes, right?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was Snake
Yeah,
Eyes.
Snake said that. Yeah.
I couldn't even believe what I was hearing. I was like, are you fucking serious?
And I think Chris said when I talked to you, you were saying that a lot of them were like, well, you mentioned some guys that you noticed like not practicing, like they were just kind of hanging out.
Yeah, dude. Like, fucking the night before, Knuckle was like having fun. He was just chilling. Like, all the Americans. I saw
Hey,
fucking.
don't hate on my boo.
Look, I'm not saying that they shouldn't have done that or whatever, but a lot of the Asian players that I was talking to, like, they were all staying at the venue, and I would see them like come down for a smoke break and go back up and play more.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of the dudes that were there busting their ass.
Misei seems like I'm willing to bet he was probably the ones who were doing that because he just looked every match. He just had that like I'm just focused look. I mean, focus.
His facial expression definitely revealed that.
Yeah, I mean, it was not like I said with Justin. To me, it was just like, yeah, I got plenty of Viper matchup.
Yeah, like, I played Wolf Crone. Like, fuck you.
Yeah,
Dude.
it's like, you ain't touch this game, and like that's what you going off of. Like, I mean, it was really a very nonchalant type of attitude.
But didn't you say that like CN was like grinding it out, like he was just practicing nonstop?
CN was, yeah, dude. CN and Gact were locked in their hotel room. I caught them on a smoke break, but they were just playing constantly. It was pretty intense, man.
Them. I mean, given you said the Knuckle Dude thing. I mean, given because we've talked about Knuckle Dude with a lot of people now. Tampa Bison, who actually knows him, pretty well, and it just sounds.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a good one, but that just sounds like
Abe, it needs to get that up because that was the funniest shit.
It's coming.
Oh
But
my
it
god!
sounds like I would expect that out of Knuckle Dude. All the American players, I mean, that the rest is on them. But it just sounds like from what we heard about him, like this is who he is right now. He's young, having fun, and this is his personality. But the other guys, he just got Red Bull sponsor, and all the other guys, like I don't know.
I mean, to me, I think Strider gave the most kind of like. To me, out of everybody, out of all the Americans, he was I wouldn't take it as like boisterous. It was just me making a statement. He seemed the most prepared out of everybody.
He
Absolutely was because
everybody else it was just like, dude, what are you?
From what I heard and what I saw, he was the only American player that actually practiced for his first match.
Yeah.
Right. He had a lot of tech ready for it.
He flew Shin-Chang from Austin to his home, and he was practicing the Shin-Chang, the best yun that he could get his hands on.
Wow.
Sans me, because I'm dope. But
But how is he the only one? I mean, like this is the one that's the one match you actually know for a fact you're gonna play. Because some of those interviews, like the one that comes to mind is Mago. Like, I'm thinking about match 3. I'm like, what are you talking about match 3, buddy? You got to get there. I don't even think Mago got there, or the guy he wanted to fight lost prior, but
yeah, he was preparing for Momochi, and Momochi lost second round.
Yeah. So it's like, hold that, dude.
Which honestly, like, Mako should have known better because Punko definitely had a good chance of beating Momochi from the get-go, outside of the fact
No
that
one thought that,
he was playing
though.
out of his mind.
No one really thought that. No one, like, even there, I was talking to people there. No one counted Momochi losing.
When they played in last time they played in Topanga, like
Right.
he got bodied like 5-1 or something.
Right. No, I know. I knew. Trust me.
Yeah,
I knew. No one else did.
Like I still bet on Momochi.
No, I bet on Punko. I was like, Momochi
Like-
gonna get fucked
Okay.
up.
Well, see, Paul, you just did proof of concept right there. Like, even though you know, you're like, yeah, but Momochi, you know what he's done, the resume and stuff.
I just know that he is. I just know how good he is, and
Oh, you say that as a
he
kid
would
player.
prepare.
You should know how good Punko is.
Punko is freaking amazing, man.
Punko is an incredible player, and that's the other thing. I bet Cien to win it all, and he got very, very far. I still think he would have won if he didn't make that dumb fucking pick on Dawson versus Daigo. But I don't know.
I don't get why he did it twice. It's one thing to
The,
do.
the second time was the part that pissed me off.
Yes. Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, I'm gonna try Dawson because I've beat him with Dawson before, and he got wrecked.
Yeah, I will
And
say the
sure.
last time I saw him play Daigo, he did beat him with Dawson, so it wasn't like completely
Actually,
out of the blue.
that only ever worked the first time. The second time he used Dawson, he got freaking wrecked.
No, Paul, don't
Like bad.
I bet he thought
ever talk back to me.
he had prepared.
You don't even watch tournaments.
I don't know. He shouldn't have done that. But
Yeah.
regardless, man, that event was super hype. I really loved it.
Dude, almost
It was
every
way better than I
match.
thought it would be, man. Like I didn't
I
think I
definitely
would be
enjoyed
as
it
glued
more
to
than I
the seat as much
I
as
think
I
I
was.
only got bored during 2 matches,
Oh, which ones?
and both of those matches had Elena in them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you mentioned that. You mentioned the Elena thing. So I was ready for the army of Elenas, and it looked like the army of Abels showed up instead. Because like, where were all the Elenas? Zien didn't bring them out
Abel's
too
and
much.
Cess, man.
Yeah, dude. Like,
Ice and Clone Boys.
exactly.
You know one thing I didn't think about until like the tournament started. I was like, dude, like all of these Able players literally don't have a secondary. Like this is the only character they play.
And
Right.
Step kick, we trust, man.
Well,
I
I
was
gotta
thinking
ask.
about,
I gotta ask because I didn't know who's. I mean, other than Yun, who's pretty bad for Abel? Okay, here's my real question.
Akuma.
Here's my real question. Who
Vortex
there was
characters,
playing?
Ibuki.
Who there was playing a character that blows up Abel?
Tokido.
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 So that's it.
Well, I'd need to think on it. I think
Seth.
the only characters I'd say
no.
that actually straight up
Seth, for
beat-
sure.
No,
Wait,
Seth,
no.
Seth no,
Not
because
Seth.
Seth is low life. Step kick
I
fierce.
forgot.
Yeah,
True,
I mean,
yeah.
we're not even sure if they fixed that unblockable. he
Well,
has on Seth,
and then you say
but-
that Takedo thing, and then Takedo lost to Shido, who he's plays probably more than any of the others. You know.
Yeah.
Well, you know that's true, but you have to remember 2 things. Abel literally just hits that hard, and
Yeah, it's amazing.
Akuma just literally has that little health and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's
True.
not so much that like I think if it was like a longer set, it probably would have been the other way around. But 2 out of 3, man, anything can happen.
No, I get
Yeah,
you,
listen to Paul.
but I
That's
mean,
still a horrible matchup for Abel.
It's bad, but like, dude, Abel hits freaking hard.
I think that's the one thing.
It's bad.
Yeah,
Dude.
I mean, just watching the matches, I think I came away. I never think thought I would say that, but I have a lot more respect for Abel as a character.
Yeah.
I think he is literally one of the few characters, man. Like, if he has 2 bars, or just not even 2 bars, like you just cannot count him out of a match at any point
yes.
because he can just, in a drop of a hat, man. I mean, just
Well, it's
and,
not even
you know, Kiyoma. I mean, he just
Yeah,
showed
man.
it. It was
I
never
won't
a
lie.
point. Yeah, I mean, it was just never a point when Kiyoma would play, man. Like he was never out of it. It was just all he literally just needed, just one good read, and it was like, holy shit, man! Like this character is
That's
I'd
scary,
say
man.
you don't even really. It's not
that's
even.
what I was
about
saying.
the-
Basically, honestly, my favorite part was definitely like all the Kiyoma matches that I saw.
Uh
And man, that guy like next like major or something, he needs like that like WWE like fucking wrestling theme. Come in with guile shit, man. Like
huh.
that dude had like a comeback every single fucking round.
Shit was hype.
I mean, the reality of it though is he's in Brazil. Unless he leaves, we're never gonna hear from him again.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. It
well-
wasn't a realistic
Well,
suggestion.
on that, what winning Capcom Cup really did for him was like help him finally get a visa. So we're gonna see him every now and then, but the game's gonna change. So will it matter? I don't know.
I think
I will say one thing
There's not
about
enough people.
Abel that I was gonna say is just that it does help him a little bit that he's pretty strong against Elena. I think.
Yeah, because I saw I think CN. Who did CN played Enable? Early, and I was like, oh fuck, here Elena, and then it was like, oh well, fucking Abel beats Elena, so he did. I think there was a bunch of circumstances that led to him not picking her because it just didn't work out.
CN played Kiyoma.
Is that what it was?
Yeah,
Okay.
that was Kiyoma's first loss.
That was a little later in the bracket, I think, though.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, Kiyoma, he won like 3 in a row, and then he lost to Shion.
I just remember a lot of the circumstances where I thought Elena would be picked. The guy was playing against a character that it wouldn't have helped him out. I think that was kind of contributed to it.
Is that why we really didn't see her this time?
I think Elena's more of a counterpick character, honestly. Like, there are Elena mains, but I think Elena has more difficult match. Like, unless you main Elena, you're not going to pick Elena unless the matchup is super favorable. Like, Gamer B would pick it on any Fei Long player. Picked it on Akuma. It obviously didn't work out. I think Elena is a good character, but I think people's mains are going to be better still.
Mm-hmm.
That said, that doesn't make Elena less stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, the message I just want to convey there is Elena sucks. Fuck that character.
Rain 2015.
Yes.
There you go. Well, there you have it, folks.
And the other thing you didn't mention, man, there was actually like fucking a lot of Seth too. I mean, Seth, I understand.
Seth.
See, the thing I was actually noticing is like a lot of the characters that were really good are all kind of similar mechanically. They're all very explosive.
Yeah.
Particularly Young.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, Makoto too. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, Makoto.
Seth knocks you down.
Well, yeah, exactly. And 2 out of 3 sets with a character like that, you could lose 2 to a character like that real quick.
Blink of
Yeah.
an eye.
So that made sense that Mise was just tearing through people because 2 out of 3 against Makoto, he gets a few good reads, like you're fucking dead. I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense that
Mise did play really well, especially against Infiltration. I was very impressed.
He played, yeah.
Dude, that guy,
I wasn't expecting
he beat
that,
2
man.
people that I thought he beat Bonchan and he beat Infiltration when I thought no fucking way. But
Who's that? Mise or Mise?
yeah,
Let me ask you this, because I told that to David. Like, man, like this tournament, all the heavy like offensive players like really did well. I mean, Punko has more of the history of being offensive. He's become way
he
more
played
well
more chill
balanced.
this time.
Yes, he's become way more balanced. But Nemo is probably the only one who did.
yeah.
But all the other crazy guys who have that reputation of all they do is go forward and blah blah blah, or always attack and hit.
Was
buttons.
Nemo there?
Yes, he was, but you wouldn't have noticed.
I don't know if that was the troll, but if
at
it
least
wasn't,
one
that's
premiere
good.
match.
No.
But yeah,
It
what
wasn't.
was up with that? Like, it was
Sorry,
a very
Nemo.
offensive. It was very well for the offensive players.
I think SF4 is just a very offensive game now. Like,
Mm.
people
Yeah.
have broken it down to such a point where you just go in. Like, there's not really a point to be super defensive.
I would say one of the few people who was like, I guess you can kind of argue defensive, and where it's really just more of kind of a balance is literally just like Daigo using Evil Ryu, because he's actually zoning and stuff.
He was doing a very offensive defense though. Like,
No,
even
I hear you. I guess like for whatever reason, the match that comes to mind for me is him playing against Snake Eyes, and he just literally never let him in.
Yeah.
I mean, you ain't gonna fucking rush down fucking Zangief.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's what kind of makes that character great, though, right? I mean, he can zone you out, play the fireball game, or if he gets in and touches you, like shitload of damage.
Yeah.
You were
I think, but the main weakness of most Evil Ryus, in my opinion, though, is that they don't have that zoning game.
Right.
At all.
But he does, for sure.
Yeah, he does.
I mean,
Because I think
Like-
most people gravitated to Evil Ryu for the combos, and he was just like, well, normal Ryu sucks. Let me just do this one.
Right.
Well-
like the combos were the last thing that he added.
I don't
to
think
the fucking-
Evil Ryu sucked. He just wasn't hitting as hard as Evil Ryu. So
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, that's what I mean. Ryu just that's why he got on there. What were you gonna say, Chris?
Well, no, I was going to add on to that. It's not just that. I mean, the big thing about Evil Ryu is that low forward fireball is a true block string.
Block string.
That's crazy.
That is huge.
It makes like so many options when you can get through. Like if I'm playing a Ryu and I'm playing like Guile or something, I'm holding down back. If he does low forward fireball, I'm gonna flash kick through it. I can't do that with Evil Ryu.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So Evil Ryu's dope.
I'm trying to think, dude. Like I don't know. I had like a billion things I wanted to talk about, and I can't remember any of them. Kyoma.
I swear there was.
Oh well, the one thing I got to talk about is the fucking Daigo infiltration match, man.
Mm.
I don't know about anyone else, but that was like my
Missed
favorite
that.
moment of the
Thank
whole
you,
fucking tournament.
Dude,
That match was pretty good.
like,
Dude, I
that
was
is
sweating. I was
like,
excited.
I'm
You know the
sorry,
funny thing?
man. Like, yeah,
The
go
funny
ahead,
thing is-
because I'm gonna get my moment. But
No, go ahead. Good.
no, trust me, I'm gonna take time. Go, just
All right.
get out.
No, it was just funny with the whole that comeback that I'm sure everyone caught. When Jason.
Oh wait, was he playing Chun? I did see that.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw
So-
that.
this Chun is crap. Yo,
Anyway, so we're watching it, and you know, infiltration basically gets them the match to the point where it should have been 2-2, and Jason and I were watching it, and Jason's like, "Watch Daigo come back this round," and somebody like asks him a question or something, so he looks away, and he said like, "I basically turned back around, and that's when he got axe kicked." And he just took the round back.
Dude,
He's like, what happened? And I'm like, I don't even know, man. I don't remember.
the patience, man. He just fucking waited it out. That was. I was fucking. My stomach was in knots watching that
Like
match.
that moment, man. Like, if you thought Daigo was good before, like that was just like solidified him as like just one of the greatest like ever. I
Honestly,
mean, because it was, man.
Dude, I mean, just on a side note, like, what the fuck is going on in his head? Is that a good matchup for Chun, or is he just like a true showman? Like,
I don't think
fuck
he
it, I'm gonna
cares,
give him a
dude.
show.
I mean, he didn't even show any emotion
know.
after the fact. He still was just like focused, dude. Like, just,
I mean,
So-
hey, man, if
From what
that's
I
the case,
understand,
then,
it's
you
kinda
know,
evil.
like, fucking
I
kudos
think
even more.
what he was thinking was Chun-Li is all right. So here's the good things about that matchup. Chun-Li is an extremely good character for stopping fireball offense because if he gets super, he should be able to super punish low forward fireball from
Yeah.
either Ryu. He can punish it with Ultra. He can combo it off of Ultra 2 if he lands like an anti-air fierce or back kick or EX legs. He can combo into so many options. And I think all that coupled with the inherently better footsies Chun-Li has, I think he just figured he could outplay him. And
Yeah.
that didn't happen.
Well, it seemed to me like because he was trying to anti-air the dive kick or whatever, and I don't know the characters that well, but it seemed like he was almost at a certain point reliant on air-to-airs to fucking keep Daigo from jumping in, and he just, I don't know, it just seemed like he was at a disadvantage. Like he had to air-to-air him, or he had to just fucking focus dash back.
And that's if Daigo jumped at a distance where he could be air-to-aired.
Exactly.
Particularly later in the match, Daigo was jumping in that perfect distance where, you know, Shotos can jump and she just can't do anything. Like, she can backdash, but she's giving up space, you know?
Yeah,
Like-
it just seemed like an uphill battle for him. So I was kind of surprised at the character pick too, and that he stuck with it because I didn't know why.
I had faith. Like I said, his Chun sucks, but it doesn't suck. But
Another thing is that, you know, like, DiCaprio's kind of dumb, and a lot of people seem to kind of struggle with that. Daigo did lose to Infiltration once, but pretty much outside of that, Daigo seems to play that matchup particularly well.
Okay.
Like, the scramble mix-up, like, it almost looks like it just doesn't work on him. Like, he just deals with it very, very well.
Is it just me, and this is vaguely related, but it seemed like a lot of people were, like, dropping a lot of shit
Yeah.
in that tournament.
oh yeah, that's what I was saying. Like if you look at the first match, every surefire pick to win in their first match dropped a bunch of combos. Like watch
And there was, like,
Bonchan's first
surprising
match.
shit, like,
He
I swear,
dropped.
there was someone, I think it was like fucking Daigo or something like that. There was like one of his
Daigo's
ones,
first
like,
match, he dropped
he
a-
blocked like a heavy or something like that, and then he just
Like,
like
Fudo
let
dropped
Mike pick up
combos.
and-
I think Momochi dropped combo. I think everyone
Yeah,
dropped combos.
Momochi did. I remember that match pretty vividly because I
mean,
thought,
I'm not
fuck,
even
he's gonna
talking
lose the
about,
first
like,
match.
I'm not even talking about like the tough shit, like the one framers or something, but like sometimes some like basic ass shit.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
like
I even saw
I think
Mago dropping stuff. I mean, it was just like when he played Human
Bonchan.
Bomb. I mean, yeah, it was just a lot just across the board. Like, dude, what's going on here?
I think Bonchan
Like,
dropped a crouch strong fireball FADC. Like he did the FADC and then dash forward and then just stood there.
I think I remember.
Like, it's
that.
not surprising to me that it happened at all. Just the fact that like it seemed to happen a lot with everyone.
I think it was just the nerves, man. I guess
Yeah.
it was
Yeah,
it was especially pressured because no one's ever played for that much money in the fighting game tournament scene.
Yeah. Like, it's one thing to talk about it, but like you said, be there. Like, dude, in a couple hours, I could potentially win this amount of money. I mean, like, that's really, on the. It's just, it's more apparent more so than it was. Okay, yeah, I'm playing. Eventually, I'll get to that point. But when you're at that stage, hey, whoever wins this, you're guaranteed to get 6 across the line. That changes stuff, man.
Dude, which is what made
even prove more that.
What?
You said what,
I was
Marcus?
just saying that goes to prove even more that like nobody has like fucking just complete nerves of steel. Like nobody's choking.
Oh, I mean, and I think it's good that you touch on that because I think it's more so. I mean, that's just the beauty of it, man. I mean, if you compare how we were talking last Tuesday, no, none of us was saying, "Oh yeah, this person's gonna do this. Why is this guy even here?" Kioma, who's this? I mean, it was like nobody. It's just the uncertainty of everything, man. It's just fight game.
It's funny. I was gonna say that, like the nerves thing y'all are talking about is what made Kiyoma's performance even more impressive to me.
Yeah.
Like, dude, that guy. All of them never been on that stage, but him especially, and he was just on it. Like that was.
Dude, it was like this is my
super impressive.
Guys are invited, like literally. I mean,
well, somebody said it. They were like, "Yo, he probably just feels like he's got nothing to lose." Like. No one expects him. No one expects him to fucking do well. So
yeah,
all like, I mean, shit. I wasn't supposed to get here, so fuck it.
Yeah,
all of the underdogs. I think every person that people ruled out early did way better than anyone thought they would.
Exactly.
Problem X.
Problem X somehow is the opposite, right? Like. Reinhardt was on.
Nobody expected nothing, and he did nothing. I saw one match. That's
Reinhardt was on Efren's podcast recently, talking about. It was the same podcast where he was talking about Elena, and that Nathan posted talking about. Oh, see, the people that hate Elena are dumb, and then later in that interview, Reinhardt was like, "No, Elena's dumb." But in that, he talked about Problem X winning, being his favorite pick. And I don't.
Yeah, I saw him.
I don't know what he was thinking because the performance I saw from Problem X was. I mean, all right. I'm sure Problem X is an excellent player, and I've seen him play extremely well. But I'm shocked that the nerves got to Problem X that badly.
Mm-hmm.
He was playing like a novice. Right? Maybe not a novice, but he was dropping combos like it was his first major.
So even to get Luffy,
that's true. Oh, wait, he beat Luffy. That was it.
He beat Luffy. That was the only match of his I saw, to be honest.
And honestly, it kind of was shaky too.
Right.
Like, I don't even think Luffy played that well in that match.
No, maybe that was just nerves from Luffy's side, because after that, he fucking won a lot, didn't he, before he got knocked out?
Yeah,
but, I mean, if you remember the way he lost, dude, he lost to, I believe it was Itabashi, right?
Who, Problem X?
It was a Geef who sent him to losers initially,
I think you're right. It was Itabashi.
What, he played Problem X?
Laughing.
Yeah.
No.
And
I don't know who'd be Problem X there.
I know this
Problem
sounds
X
really
lost to
random, by the way,
Kazunoko.
but Itabashi was a lot of fun to watch too, man.
Oh, yeah.
The way he lost,
Just
though,
in general.
He lost.
Who Itabashi played a Seth? Who was it? Was it Problem X?
Yeah.
I think he played him and Dashio.
I think he did. Yo, he beat Dashio. That was the one I saw. That match was awesome.
Wait, no. Because
or was it
he
Punko?
also he played Punko.
It was Punko. I think that's the match I'm talking about. That match was amazing.
Because I bet on Punko, and I was super scared because Punko almost lost. He got hit by one too many EX Green Hand Red Focuses.
Well, he hit him with that one Ultra out of nowhere, just like hard read Ultra, and I was like, oh shit. Like, that was amazing. Yeah.
He did a Kioma.
That dude is... I can see why you're such a fan, Abe. That guy is fun to watch.
Yeah, dude, he's amazing.
And now I think about it, those sets in
He's your kind of player, dude.
What, he played Geef like 3 times? Didn't he play Itabashi too?
Yeah, I think so.
They played like Snake Eyes twice, and then Itabashi. right?
I don't know. I mean, the bracket.
Come on.
Who are we
I should
talking
have
about?
put
Keoma?
I swear, like
Keoma?
I'm almost positive Kyoma's the one who took him out.
Yeah, he
Knocked him out of the
played
tournament.
Snake Eyes, and then he played
Keoma played
Ivasi
Snake Eyes,
Geef, and then he played Snake Eyes again.
Yeah, then Gamer B.
It was a
Someone else,
shame
yeah.
watching Snake Eyes gets into losers. I guess it was good for
Hey, I
them.
enjoyed it, man. Fuck.
No, for a second there, Abe was like, "Yo, 0-2 again."
You know
Because,
what?
man, he at these big events, that just seems to be like I don't know if it's the nerves, but that just seems to be a pattern I've noticed. You know, I don't want to shit on him or nothing, but
No,
yeah.
I think it's just
No, he's a
hard
great player.
for. I think Abel's a really hard matchup for Yeef. I think it's probably his worst matchup.
What was the
He
adjustment
definitely
he
showed
did?
it.
Man, weren't you guys all saying that it was slightly in Gee's favor like a week ago?
What do you mean all get you
I didn't
guys?
comment on it 'cause I don't know.
I'm sure that I
I
didn't.
remember
say that,
speaking
but-
about this.
But what was the
No, I
adjustment?
remember I brought this up when we're making our predictions.
Oh God, here comes Marcus. I'm gonna
Hey,
pull up the
hey,
recording
hey.
right now.
He's not lying.
I'll fucking literally timestamp that, right?
All right, well, check the tapes, okay? But when we were talking about this, I remember saying that Snake Eyes plays exactly the way that you need to play to lose to Abel. He's very defensive. He will go for a wake-up throw more than he'll go for like a neutral jump. He doesn't play crazy. He gets thrown.
So, did he make that adjustment? Because all of this is a blur right now. But did he make
No.
that adjustment?
Well, he
in
won the second time,
game?
so
Yeah.
I was gonna mention
yeah, he
that
won.
when I realized that he lost, I said like, okay, I understand he lost and Cam was ripping through everybody, but I think that Snake Eyes would win in the run back, and even Keoma apparently on the sidelines like afterwards said like, if I run into him again, I think I'm gonna lose.
Yeah.
And didn't it go like 2-0 first, and then it went down to 3-2? I'm pretty sure that's how it went.
Snake Eyes won match 1, 2, and 4.
Right. Okay. I do remember it right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a. I don't know. I wanted Team America. to
I
win.
still say that match is 5-5.
That match is probably 5-5, but that's
Not the way it was played.
probably the scariest match Keith has.
It is. It would be kind of annoying. Like if you get hit with step kick, it's like, well, I have no solid answer if he just command grabs me afterwards. I mean, you can backdash, but it's
Yeah, I think in the sense that if both players like know it completely, like hands down, then it is like 5-5. But a lot of these players who don't know how to break the habit of, not trying to throw and deal with that, and then throw beating command grab, then they'll get fucked.
Well, I don't know. Like, I'm sure Chris, you couldn't hear the commentary. Like, but
Oh yeah, we could. I couldn't
Oh, you
hear.
could?
We could. The commentary was getting blasted through the speakers, so the players could hear everything.
Oh,
Um,
that's fucking terrible.
They had headphones as an option.
Oh, yes, that's true. Yeah.
But the only commentary we couldn't hear was Spooky and Ski Sonic. We heard James
Ugh.
Chen and Ultra David. And then
Screw the
F-word.
East Coast, as usual.
Hey, man, screw Ski Sonic. I don't want to hear that shit.
I know, but Spooky's there too.
I don't know,
man.
why does everyone
No.
hate him?
He's fucking got that annoying voice, like just fucking. Actually, fuck
he
that
also
guy.
has no idea what he's talking about.
That's a
Paul, you
big
said
stream
what?
thing. Ski Sonic, hating Ski Sonic. That's a big thing on stream.
Paul.
Paul said he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Self-conscious.
Paul said he doesn't know shit about the game, is what Paul said.
Sorry, I
Steve Sonic?
I swear, man.
I'm gonna message it on Twitter and be like, Paul said you're a fucking idiot.
Man, I'm paranoid.
just use my first
Straight
name.
words from
Just use my first name.
straight words from
Yeah,
Christian
he doesn't
Ken.
know
You
what
know.
he's talking about.
Christian kid. Yeah. No, but fucking I loved the British team. I don't know what the fuck their names are.
Logan
It's
Sama
F-word and I forget the other
F-word
guy.
and
Logan
Wednesday
Sama.
is on.
Dude, I love them, man.
No,
I
dude,
mean,
Sama.
well,
F-word's
Logan
really good.
Sama. Yeah.
But they were talking about how they were saying that, and I don't know how true this
the difference
is. What's
they
up?
actually play the game, unlike
Right. Well, no, Corey was telling me. I didn't know that. I guess F-word has like a Grady Buki. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, no, they're actually play. I don't know about the other guy, but F-word's definitely a player.
Yeah, I know
He-
F-word plays.
He plays the game. He's not nearly as good, but I mean, like, at least he actually freaking plays. Because when I hear Ultra David talk, and he's like, yeah, something about Geef matchup, something about Sim matchup, because he kind of plays those characters. I'm like, I still don't trust a word you say.
Damn,
Hey, man,
I can't
you know what?
believe we got
Fuck both
Paul
those
going
guys.
off on the West Coast commentary, dude.
No,
Like,
but that's
tired of
fair.
hearing that shit.
You know what? Because me personally, I've always been a fan of Ultra Chen, and then I heard F Word and that other guy, and I was like, they're way better.
Look,
Have
like
you ever seen the video of
This is in comparison. I like Ultra David.
David? Have you seen that video? You've had to seen it, where it's that Rufus player against that Ryu player. He's kind of
Gandhi.
Hey, Gandhi, some respect, sir. Gandhi.
Well, they're the ones in the background.
Yeah, that's that first.
Yeah.
Oh, it's both of
But
them.
I didn't recognize that.
Hey, man, fuck them.
I had
They
never
kept
seen a
saying
tournament.
Apple.
oh,
Apple.
Apple.
It's a scary apple.
It's a scary.
It's a
No,
scary
my
apple.
girlfriend was like, "Why do they keep saying 2 apples?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?"
We actually were talking about that shit at Capcom Cup. It was me, Cass, Broly.
They were saying Abel, but they're British.
Oh.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I mean,
It was them, and Ricky Ortiz was there too. Apparently, Ricky Ortiz is a friend of Cass and Cass. And we were talking about that match in particular, the Gandhi match.
Oh, Gandhi.
We were particularly talking about how this could affect the tournament because people get flustered when people do dumb shit.
Okay.
That was the best match I've ever seen.
No, but I was just surprised that Paul didn't like them because they're really big on like talking about the mechanics, which of course you don't trust now. But like talking about the game, but like me, I'm like more like, oh, I want more entertaining, interesting people, and F Word and Logus Sama definitely fit that bill for me. Even Spooky fits it because I'm biased to Spooky.
I love Spooky, man.
Yeah, he can do it by himself. It reminds me of ECW. If you ever saw real ECW and they had one-man commentary, he'll do one-man commentary sometimes. So.
See,
Fuck Spooky.
Difference is
Hey, he's a PC hater, man.
I like Spooky, and I like Arturo too, man. I like.
Oh, I love
Arturo's a
Barbie.
good guy.
Yeah, Arturo's awesome.
See, difference with Spooky is that when Spooky's not sure about something, he's willing to admit it.
Yeah.
That's true.
He'll take the chat's word for it.
He says that a lot. He's like, I am not sure. Blah 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 blah.
I was just about to say, how often have you heard him say like something, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
No, but the commentators, the reason I brought it up is because I noticed the commentators said that, and I don't know how true this is, that they felt like Snake Eyes maybe isn't used to having to deal with a command grab from the opponent. Like he's used to being the one who...
Strider doesn't play that way.
Right.
Yeah, so him and Strider play.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what I was saying too. Like, when this Snake Eyes gets into a position where he's comfortable with a regular throw. Like he won't if an opponent gets in, he will try to tech a throw rather than go for an SPD read.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, the way Kiyoma plays just countered the way Snake Eyes usually plays.
He was command grabbing everybody. I think he command grabbed CN like fucking 30 times. Like that shit was ridiculous.
Well, it's so easy to. It's so easy. I shouldn't say easy. It's so much. You're scared to death to backdash.
Yeah.
Because he's got the crouch jab, step kick, OS ready, which catches everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, dude, should I take a read between like eating 200 damage in a mix-up or 450 damage in a mix-up?
Right.
I will say on a smaller scale, one thing I did like about Kiyoma's play is that I rarely ever see like Apples use his sweep. Like I actually saw him like use and like obviously got like a lot of success out of the fucking sweep.
Yeah, I think he was about 100%.
If you know how to use it right, like it's you know how to use it, it's pretty good.
Hard to punish at that distance.
I don't remember
that. I mean, you can cancel for options. Not to mention the fact that it just seems like very rarely are people like crouch blocking against that guy. At least from like footsie distance,
Worried about step kick or short, and they don't.
Well, yeah, you're not. You don't want to crouch block because
then he'll just walk forward and get step kick.
And if he step kicks you, he's in.
Yeah. And I don't know Abel super well, but I always felt like I don't know his anti-airs would be a little awkward to use. Apple, excuse me. But yeah, the anti-airs were on point too, like with the close fierce and stuff like that. Like I don't know, I was really impressed.
Dude, every button was.
Yeah, he did really have that.
Speaking of which, I was really surprised. Like I understand Geef Superman Punch gets over a lot of stuff, but I was like, man, like that can just clean beat Abel's crouch forward sometimes. At like distances where crouch forward normally works. I was like, dude, that sucks.
Geef needs that. If he didn't have that, damn, that match would suck.
That's the only thing I don't like about playing Geef is anti-airing him. It's annoying.
Oh yeah, dude, fucking try playing Guy against that shit.
And I was just about to say, like, my character anti-airs him one of the best in the game, and I still don't like it.
I play Gal. I like it.
Yes.
Which, on that
All
topic,
right, well, Gerard wants to get on, so time to get off, Chris.
Rain, you gotta go. That's fucking hilarious. What does he even want to? What does he even want to talk about?
I think he's free. That's why. I don't know. So he just wanted to.
We're gonna talk about his graduation ceremony. I don't want to do that.
I didn't. He did, dude. He's not coming on. So just continue.
I was just saying, I was actually shocked Knuckle Dude lost to the Geef player.
Itazan?
Yeah.
Itazan, you know what? The only thing I had to say about that is, like, Dominion was saying, like, when Knuckle Dude plays against Snake Eyes, like, he has to, like, shut his brain off or whatever. Basically, you know, he's playing more unconventional, a little crazy and whatever. And that may work against Snake Eyes, who's expecting to play, like, an ST Guile or something. But when he was playing against Itazan, I wasn't super shocked just because that's Itazan's game. You know? He's just willing to just do stuff.
No, it wasn't even that.
And I won't lie. When I saw Knuckle Dude's first match, the only thing I was really thinking was, man, is he gonna put on the fucking shades?
Yes.
And thank
put
God.
him on.
Like, I was like, okay,
did
man,
it.
I'm probably like maybe if he's gonna win, you know. And it's literally like round one, fucking, you know, 3, 2, 1. All right, here they're on already. You know?
Got it out of the way. Fuck yeah.
I'm pretty sure that it was like opening game.
But that's him just being him, man. Like, he's only, what, 19? He's a kid, man. Like, whatever. You
Yeah.
know?
See, that's why.
That's why I loved his interview, man.
What is
No,
he?
I
what
don't
does he
think it's
care?
bad. I think it's funny.
What does he care? He's
Like,
19. He's in top 32. Fucking whatever.
That's why.
They sit down for the interviews, and they interview Knuckle Dude, and they're like, you know, they ask him a question. He's like, yeah, man, like, I just haven't practiced. Like, I just on vacation. Like,
That's why when Chris mentioned like he was the one out playing, I'm like, yeah, I expect that out of him. But the others, like,
I mean, shit.
like,
I don't think
gotta see
anyone
that
really took it that
compilation
seriously.
again,
I mean, even when he was in Cali, man, I mean, like, when he had Chris and Chris Totarian and Brent and all them,
oh
just
well.
ready to go crazy.
But that
Like,
makes
this nigga
sense. He
sitting
should be
in the
doing
seat.
that. He should be
He
doing
is
that. Then.
twirling in between matches, man.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Spinning the seat, like, just beating their ass, man. These dudes just don't have a clue in the world, man. Just upset, man.
But
Like,
Chris, you said you don't think no one took it seriously. Well, I mean, if
The
there's any
Asians did. I don't
tournament,
think any
yeah, but if
American.
there's any tournament to finally do it, like, isn't this the one? Like,
Yeah, like what does it take to get you fucking amped up?
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
500.
I don't think Justin cares about Street Fighter anymore. I think Knuckle Dude's just a kid.
I mean,
I don't know.
someone like Justin, he's established, but some of the other people where you could be like, you know what, maybe for a year I could take off, you know, as long as you don't, you know, blow all your
Except
money.
for Strider. Strider took it serious.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave bodies.
He was hungry, man. That sucked that he.
And I
God
respect,
damn it.
like, I don't know.
Dude, who knows how differently that might have gone if he would have won that first fucking match.
Dude, if Strider would have... The weird thing is, when I talked to Strider, he talked about how he was going to be doing... Like, he said if I beat Kazunoko, then someone else probably would have won. I was like, wait a minute, so your plan was to lose? Like, if you beat Kazunoko,
I wouldn't have won.
won?
Someone, yeah.
Like,
I
you
mean-
can't have that mindset, fucking Strider. Come on, if you beat Kazunoko, you would have won.
You should have won the
Yeah.
whole thing, right? Yeah. If you're gonna beat the.
I still
guy
think,
who won
yeah,
it.
whoever won that match had the potential. I mean, obviously, Kaz won, but yeah, that was probably more of a telling match than the rest of the matches because he's no joke himself. No slouch himself, Strider. So and playing the
He's a
character
hack.
he plays as well.
He's a hack.
I really wanted him to win, too.
Yeah, I mean,
Too bad he has no chance in 5.
Real
he's-
quick,
Man.
Chris, did they address this at all? Because they kind of briefly go over it because the ceremony's over, everybody wants to bounce, you know. For being involved at all into next year's Capcom Cup, or is this just a 5 thing and that's it?
It's 5 only.
5 only, okay.
They're washing their hands of 4 now.
And then, as somebody who just recently became unemployed, I saw one thing that sticks
that
to mind.
Capcom is hiring.
Yeah, I saw that. Any details on that?
I was really hoping somebody else would like Type in, like, Paul, like, how'd you know
I was
that?
like, hey, this worked out perfect. I'm available. You know, like, maybe Hans needs a partner out there. You know, I don't know. Like,
Yeah. What were they saying that they were getting people recruiting for?
yeah, for
I don't
what?
even remember.
They
They
didn't really go
were
into
hiring
detail.
programmers. They were hiring developers.
Yeah, I was gonna say it sounded like just straight up development.
People with skill, forget it.
If I had
Yeah,
all that talent, I could work wherever I wanted.
guess
Fuck
that's a good
Capcom.
point. Fuck. I mean, I'm trying. I should look at the bracket again.
I mean, you never know, though. I mean, throw a resume that way. Who cares?
Oh yeah,
They
no
got
doubt. Always
other
shoot,
openings.
you know. But any other matches y'all wanted to go into?
No,
Human Bomb versus Fudo, because nobody
Yo,
said.
Human Bomb. Period.
Yeah, he had a good showing. He had a good run.
Honestly, I mean,
I don't wanna
Human
talk
Bomb
about it.
played well, but like when I watched him play Mago, for example, because I didn't see like most of the first round matches. When I saw him play Mago, I was just like, I didn't see him do anything that I haven't seen an online Sakura do before.
Yeah.
Like
That bad?
like Mago,
Damn.
Mago just like he had this rhythm going at first, and then he just didn't have that rhythm, and then he was just losing in the damage war. Like that's how it felt watching
Wow.
it,
Mhm.
and I was just like,
I mean, I
when Snake Eyes was
see
gonna
that
play him,
kind
I'm
of
like,
character where
somebody stop this guy because he should not be getting this far.
Wow.
I mean,
I never
I
said
think
he
I
was
like
an
seeing kind of
innovator.
a
I just said he
character
was
where
good.
I mean, he beat. I
Most
mean,
of
like
them-
he beat Fudo and Mago. I mean,
That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't just be doing what other like Sakuras are doing, and then you beat
Although he
one
did
of the
get
best players in the
blown
world.
the fuck up by Punko. But
Well,
I mean, like
I just kind of disagree with that, man. Like,
it's 2 out of 3, and just like Mago, like freaking Yang has like no freaking stun and no freaking health.
I mean, but you can't have those excuses. Like, he's bodied people with that character before, man.
yeah.
If
So,
you're
like-
telling me that had nothing to do with it,
Come on,
But
man.
it
Like,
does-
at this
yo, he
point,
made
like,
that choice
I
a
can
year
understand
ago.
if this is like a local, but this is a Capcom Cup, man. Everybody that is there deserves
I'm
to
not
be
making
there.
excuses for
This-
Mago.
The only
But
excuse.
it
I'm
sounds
gonna
like
throw-
you're making excuses for Mago, because it's like, well, it's his character, he's weak. Sakura's the same thing. Like, she's not
No,
strong in terms
You're
of...
missing my point.
Okay,
My
what's your point? Well,
My point is, Mago, you should have played better, and I just don't. It just bugs me to hear like, man, like Human Bob did really well, and I'm like, yeah, but not that
wait.
well.
So would you say that Mago lost that match more than Human Bomb won it?
No,
Well, then what the fuck are we talking about?
So
Yeah,
this
Throw
is
something in there though.
I
Yeah,
really
throw
just
something.
misunderstood everything you said.
No, he didn't play that bad, and the character wasn't like. Well, then he fucking
Fudo?
lost. What are you?
Fudo played like shit.
Okay,
Fudo accidentally fucking supered. Are you kidding
that's
me?
right. I forgot about
oh
that.
yes.
He whiffed a super on block. What the fuck, dude?
And he
I did
plays
not know about this.
Human Bomb a lot over there, dude. Again, a lot of these premier or not even premier tournaments, but the Capcom not auto qualifiers, whatever they're called. But they've played each other a lot this year, so. he
Did
should be
anyone
used to
see
it.
the Snake Eyes match? Because I'm seeing that it went 3-2, and I definitely didn't see
Which
it.
one?
Honestly, from what I understand, I think Sakura loses that match, and
Human Bomb.
I don't
it
know.
just didn't seem like Human Bomb could do anything. And one thing Snake Eyes had really well was mixing up his jump-ins, because Sakura's, one of her weaknesses is like, as good as Crouch Fierce is, it's also the only thing she has, pretty much.
Mhm.
So if you kind of jump at a distance, or in like empty jump, or like short jump with Beef, she kind of has to guess.
Make her, if she's gonna press the button or not. I'm not so much surprised that he lost as much as I'm surprised that it was 3-2.
I don't know what the matchup is now. In AE 2012, Sakura beat Eve. Like,
Really?
completely.
All right,
Yeah. She could jump in for free on him. Her jump fierce was insane, but they nerfed that, so I don't know what it is now.
So I have to send
Point.
2 tweets from Paul. One to Ultra
Ski
10. Oh, Ski Sonic, sorry. Ultra 10, and then I guess one to Ski Sonic too as well, right?
No. I don't have anything against Ultra Gen.
No, dude, I
Like,
know. I'm just messing with you, dude. And then one to Mago to play better.
Now ski.
Kristen Ken says play better.
all
No,
these
no.
str- no.
Honestly, when I said Ultra Gen didn't know what they were talking about,
Dude, I
it's
know. I was just
more
playing with you.
like comparison to the British guys. Like they're just better. But
Dude, I
yeah,
know.
Ski Sonic's an idiot.
I'm just adding it to you.
I don't necessarily think there's anything wrong with Ultra Chen.
No, I don't think so.
They're fine to me,
I
but
prefer them much more than the vast majority of American commentators.
Yeah, for sure. I just, like I said, hearing F word, I was just like, oh wow, I would much rather these guys be at all the major events.
I think the difference for me is F Word and the other guy, they're much less formal.
At all, yeah, they're very like you can hear the excitement. It's just less formal.
Yo, dude, F word was like crazy excited, like giddy
listen to
over
his
the
name.
fucking matches.
Listen to his name.
That's true.
Word.
I don't know. I dig the way that they seem to be super like hype fans and they play the game, and it was just cool. It was real cool.
But that's why Ultra 10 gets chosen, though, for better or worse. And I'm glad they were even given the opportunity to even shine, because they still probably changed the game for them that they were able to be on that stage. So, and
I did think it was cool that to like put them both on.
Yeah, I didn't expect
Nobody
that British
promotes
team to be there at all. I thought Ultra Chen was going to do the whole thing.
And
yeah,
on
I just
Channel
think that's
1,
a cool way to say,
Nobody
like,
plugs
this is like a
Totino's
world
better
game,
than
you know?
James Chen, all right?
Holy Totinos.
I hear you, Marcus. Oh,
Dude,
yeah.
I was craving Totino something
I
fierce
think
in
I'm
that
fine.
audience.
Are you serious? They didn't give any free
Yeah,
there?
man, that shit's paid off.
No, I was thinking this is like the perfect opportunity. Totino sponsored. Dice
Like-
like $5, get a plate.
It's their
Throw out
event.
pizza rolls to the crowd.
Man, I was so mad.
I'll take some Totino's home, man. Just throw them on back.
I won't lie, man. Now this is making me.
You want some, don't you? Reminds me of the old days in fucking. Yo, I was just about to say, it reminds me of the old days in Marcus's apartment.
Fucking Marcus, you just leave. Like, what you doing, man? Oh, yeah,
Where the fuck are my pizza rolls?
So that'll be the next tweet I send to. I'm going to tweet them to sponsorship.
Oh yeah. Everybody's like, I wouldn't fucking touch that shit until it's there. Then I can't fucking keep their hands off, all right?
Have you seen
still
that?
get those tees, man. Marcus,
Huh?
you still get those tees?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, see? Marcus knows what's up.
I was gonna be
Man,
too
that's-
enthusiastic for teas. Oh yeah.
I know, I remember because that was like y'all's thing. Yeah, I remember that.
Well, let me get that tee, man. Let me get
Hey
some.
man, I got fucking good taste. It's HEB, but still.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
the event was super cool, dude. Y'all should, if y'all can next year, y'all should definitely go. It's
I
quite,
think I will. It never even occurred to me to go.
Yeah.
It's quite a spectacle, to be honest. I mean, I'll be there because I'll be on stage.
Ooh.
Hey, that's what I like.
Calling it.
Definitely
Babe
there.
Ruth in it. Babe Ruth in it.
He called the shot. Yeah. I like it.
It's on record.
I think a lot of people don't plan for it because if
I was really.
Evo is the one we could play at. That's why. So a lot of people pick that one.
Oh, you know what? That's another thing. Chris, how come matches didn't happen? You told me that they didn't, but I don't think you really told me why.
You're talking about like why nobody was playing?
Oh, why? Like you didn't get to play anybody yet?
Oh, I didn't. Everyone was fucking drinking, and the people that were playing were locked in their rooms.
Oh, okay. Bummer.
Like no one was leaving their rooms.
I was
I mean-
hoping you were gonna have a money match story.
Dude, I wanted one so bad, but I don't know. I'd want a money match Strider, not because of any reason. He's just one of the players that I want to
Float
play.
on himself.
I've
Bring
money
on
matched
Gerard.
Peru a long time ago. I money matched that Peru, but I never got to money match Strider.
So, what? What?
Or you did. He just said he wanted a money match Strider. That's what he said.
No, not. Never mind.
Somewhere.
Gerard.
Bring on Gerard.
Oh God, no.
Actually,
Are we gonna? We're not gonna talk about fucking 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
2 minutes?
2
2
minutes.
minutes.
2 minutes.
Oh, Fong.
Oh, fucking Fong.
Fong, right? Is that how
we
you
have
say it?
to?
2 minutes.
That dude's awesome, man.
Can we just like skip this
Hey,
part?
come on.
I mean, you
Okay,
brought
let's
it up
skip
initially, but I guess
there's
if
15
we're done with
characters.
CC, we can dive into the greatness.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
Fighter
but-
5 has
but-
15
but
characters.
Come on, you gotta admit that. At least that is pretty quotable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Last thing before we get off Capcom Cup.
Do it.
Just I don't know. I think it's fun. Did anybody have like particular with like favorite matches? Like my favorite match to watch out of the whole thing was probably Punko Daigo.
Infiltration Daigo for sure.
Yeah, that's just like, I'm sorry, man. That's like just amazing, dude. Like
Dasho Nemo.
people are really just overshadowing
He
that.
said Dasho Nemo. Hey, that ultra on the rollback though, dog.
That was the sickest thing I'd ever seen in my life.
Hey, for real though, like,
Dude, when I saw Dasho just stand there and he ultraed, I clenched my butt cheeks. It was crazy.
Well, like the thing is, like
seriously,
even if you
I
like
started watching like 20 minutes in, and I didn't get to see Nemo ever.
dude, like even if you did like the jump back, like attack or whatever the heck that move is called, like it would have caught him anyway. That was just genius.
Dude, that was amazing. Like, yeah, you're gonna roll right now. That was fucking sick.
And he just did it, man. It was I've never seen such disrespect.
Going for gold.
Like he straight up, he looked in to the face of danger and like flicked it off. It was amazing.
I was kind of bummed he didn't do. I mean, not that he did badly, but I was bummed that he didn't do better.
Ooh.
Dasho. I really wanted to see him go.
I mean, for what it's worth,
he's a
man,
champion as far as I'm
I
concerned.
think even going 0-2, man, you really can't.
No, not at all. I really wanted to see him go deep into the tournament.
If I had
really did.
the most disappointing performance to me, it would be Nemo out of everybody.
Oh, Bonchan.
Nah, I say
Bonchan is
No,
really-
because like at least Nemo had like who's the second person Nemo lost to?
Balmaster.
Yeah.
But that's a bad match for Rolento.
And I was just about to say those are both bad matches.
I just say Bonchan because I expected Bonchan to do better than Nemo anyway. So when he was 0-2, I was like, fuck. Like, I was really shocked that he went.
Isn't the
You just
other,
start
I don't know. I just think like at Capcom Cup of all the places, I can't really go into it's a bad matchup because even like the people who made Elena, case in point, Gamer B. I mean, he picked Elena in a supposedly favorable matchup for him, and he still lost. So I mean, it's just like,
And for everybody there, your first match, you know who they are. You have time
yeah.
to prepare.
I mean, you didn't. It's Capcom Cup. It isn't this. You've had all year to prepare for this, man. So like, that's just me. I can't really go with the. Well, it is a matchup thing. Well, I mean, that's part of the game. So
at the same time, I think Bonchan's first matchup. I mean, I don't know how many people would agree with me, but as someone that has dabbled with Sagat, I find Makoto to be a bad match for him.
No, I think that was probably the worst. That was one of the worst draws he could have gotten the first round. For
He
sure.
seemed fairly
That's
confident
it.
from that interview, though, right? But again, because he just plays him a lot, you know.
Well, I'm sure he knows the Makoto matchup for sure, but
Yeah.
that doesn't change the fact that it's hard to
No,
keep her out. I think, and then once she
absolutely.
gets in,
I had no doubt in my mind Bonchan was going to win before. And when he lost, I was super disappointed. Mainly because he played like shit. Like, that was not 110% Bonchan. That was... I don't know what that was.
That was not SSJ Bonchan.
and then he got baited on that ultra. Oh, that was fucking heartbreaking. Like, dude, when he ultraed the ultra, I was like, no.
I was like, I don't know if Mise just made a godlike read or if he got lucky as hell.
Right.
Because with the way he plays, it could be either.
I mean, like for me, if
He
you're talking about
convinced
like, nah, keep going, Chris.
No, I'm just throwing that out there. He convinced me in the end. I just want to...
Oh, right.
I had unfounded hatred for Mise.
That's good. That means AKA
You didn't like
respect.
Mise before?
Huh?
You didn't like Mise before?
It's not that I didn't like him. I just didn't respect his play. He just
Yeah.
plays like a nut.
He does play pretty crazy.
I think with playing her though, you really got to just throw him up and say, "Look, man, I got one shot and I'm gonna make it count." Cause
Dog, he went against the top 32 players in the world, took only that character, and went pretty deep.
yeah,
That's pretty impressive.
you really kind of have to play like a nut too.
8 Mile, man. Eminem 8 Mile, dude. You gotta lose yourself in that shit.
Mom
The
spaghetti.
thing that gets me about the thing that gets me about Makoto players is like, for example, like you look at a character like, I don't know, Seth or something, and a lot of people think Seth players play risky, and a lot of them do, so whatever. But like, what gets me about Makoto players is like, dude, at the very highest level, they're just like, I just read EX Hayate, like full screen. Like, dude, like that's a thing?
That's the character, goddammit.
Like, that's the character. That's how they play that way. Like, this can be punished. All they have to do is not do something.
Right.
And they'll just do it.
And you know what? I don't know
I respect
how to
it.
fight her, really. Like, I don't know the character that well, but I just watched him fucking axe kick towards people with no fucking
You can't
fear,
let her
and they
get going,
didn't know
man.
how to deal with it. They were just
After
like,
they nerfed
fuck! Yeah.
After they nerfed it.
I forgot who he was playing. I think it was Do that kept trying to like jump back.
Oh, don't jump back.
And he was just getting mopped. It was just like, fuck.
Like,
No, you're gonna get that juggle, and you're gonna get sent to the corner, and you're gonna freaking die.
I think Duke played that match wrong. Like, I think he was trying to back off too much. He was trying to play a zoning game, but really,
you just gotta bully her, man. I mean,
you just gotta get in her face.
You have to bully her. Like, you just can't let her control the match, because once she does, she's like a mini Abel, man. Like, that's not a character you need to be playing around with.
Dude, he was just running, and he beat the hell out of him.
She's not combo heavy. Her stuff does adequate damage, and she will stun you very quickly. And it's just like, yeah, you cannot play with that little girl. Like, you gotta like end her like quickly. It's trying to be passive and lame is just, and I think that's another thing. Most people probably who don't know how to play that matchup, it's just, yeah. Anyway.
Long story short, dope tournament and fuck Fong.
Yeah.
Dude, Fong,
Real quick.
Yeah. Let's get the
Okay.
Capcom stuff, and then you can go to Defendant Sagat real quick. But let's get this. Keep going with the stuff.
I don't want to say too much about Fong because apparently people don't want to talk about him.
But no, we're gonna get into him. But I mean, are you done with Capcom Cup?
Yeah.
Because I wanted to say some stuff. Too.
I am. Oh no.
I just wanted to say something about the Makoto one. It was, I think it was Knuckle Dude or something like that. He was playing him, and he was just like fucking X kick over and over.
Yeah.
And I mean, of course, like, I think like a lot of people have the tendency to be like, well, in this situation, I would have done that. I mean, that's why I'm at home eating fucking Totinos and not at Capcom. But still,
Hard, man.
I mean, it's like,
Stop talking about Tortinos. I want them.
Walmart's open 24
That's
hours.
the
Just
fucking
saying.
idea.
Not the one near my dude. Walmart's
Not
open
all of them.
40
Yo,
more minutes. I gotta go.
the one over here is close to.
ATB Plus don't
But no,
close
but
till
seriously,
1.
I saw that. I was like, man, like fucking like focus attack, like at least once or something. Like he would like get in, like literally did like 4 or 5 times in a row. Like fuck.
I will say this didn't happen too much, but I was surprised at some people who did get the read with the focus attack, and they just simply didn't charge long enough to get the crumple. And I was like, I mean, we've all been there. I'm just surprised like he never once got focus crumpled for doing an axe kick that I remember.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know the character, so I didn't know what the good option against axe kick was, but everyone just let him do it the whole tournament, and no one did anything about it. And I was just like, what the fuck?
And obviously this guy's good, but I was looking at it, it's like, man, is this fucking Betty playing or like what's going on here?
Whoa, whoa.
Oh man.
I was at a whoa, man. Betty should be fucking flattered, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
that's the character.
That's a shout out.
I was like, it's Joe,
Yeah.
But
I forgot fucking Betty played Makoto.
yeah, he does. That was instantly. That's the first guy I thought of. Like, from
Yeah,
a
you mean
while.
like
Joe, come on.
Oh, and I
one of
played.
my
I
favorite
played Joe
matches.
for like 3 hours straight one night. What am I doing? But that was so long ago.
One of my on the topic of matches we
No?
earlier. One match I think is underappreciated. Fucking RB and Momochi first round Hugo. Oh my god.
I was
Yo, that
sleeping.
was
I
dope.
missed
The
it.
Ultra 2
that
setup.
was.
I was so
that
hyped.
matchup.
Yo!
That matchup, just to clear up any misconceptions, is not good for pretty much every Shoto except Evil Ryu
Oh,
and Ken. And
shut the hell up.
hey,
Quit trying to
hey,
ruin it. It was hype.
shut up! Freaking.
Well, you
It,
see, RB, who's counter pick?
no, it was a counter pick. Oh my gosh. Anyways, but no. Ken,
Well, why didn't he? Why didn't he
Stop
switch
making
then?
excuses for Momochi's failure, Paul.
Wait, why didn't he? Why didn't he switch?
Shut up.
What do you mean? Why didn't he switch?
Why didn't Momochi switch?
He did switch.
Oh, he did.
So, yeah, to Evil Ryu.
Oh well.
And then-
shit. Well,
Yeah. No, Evil Ryu does fine, but
wait. So why did? Okay. Well, then why pick Ken?
the match. It's not that it's that bad or anything, but for whatever reason, like a lot of people seem to think that Hugo just gets bodied by Shotos or something, and I'm like, no. Like when I played
Completely
Alex,
true.
for example, he was just like, dude, like I love fighting Shotos with Hugo because Hugo freaking bodies him. Except for Ken, he thinks it's like 5.5 Hugo, but whatever.
I will say that was like a perfect start as for like spectator wise to the whole
Yeah.
thing.
Fuck yeah.
It really set the note like no one's safe, you know.
Yeah, because Momochi was getting eliminated first round. It was like, what the
Dude,
fuck
okay.
is happening?
I didn't know. About this.
I know. I was like, man, to fucking Hugo, like, oh, I would have just
Dude,
Hey,
I
that
didn't know
Ultra 2,
about
man.
this. I didn't know about this until Event Hubs. I'm surprised no one told me. Did anybody see him? Like Momochi got the fuzzy guard, jump back fierce, and then he freaking
Ultra 2.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that was sick.
Dude,
Mhm.
yo, that
was fucking awesome.
Oh, that and then what was it? Low short FADC dash forward Ultra 2, like that was retarded.
What?
Yeah, he FADC'd a normal for Ultra 2.
Dash
for Ultra.
forward, knew he was going to jump, and Ultra 2 the jump back.
Wow, that's sick. Did he
It was
wait for the jump back, or did he just do it?
He
just
was
did
afraid
it.
because Hugo just dashed in. You're gonna panic.
No, I understand that, but like, did he like wait to see if he was in the air
Yeah.
and react to
Yeah.
it? Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was one of the most godlike things I had ever seen. That was the best match they could have started it with because it was so
Yeah.
hype.
I don't know why a lot of people like. I'm not saying everybody says RB sucks or anything, but for whatever reason, a lot of people had him at the bottom. Like, I don't know. Like, I think he's better than Human Bomb. I think he's better than Problem X. He's
Hey,
really-
he's no Dark Jiwa, all right?
Dude, I was gonna mention Dark Jiwa was the real bottom. I went to
That
as soon,
was
right
fucking bad.
before
I knew he was gonna get bodied.
right before Dark Jiwa had to play Mago. I got up to go. They had like a concession stand right outside. Almost, they had like hot dogs and like little pieces of pizza and fucking drinks and shit. I walked out there, grabbed a drink. There wasn't even a line because there were matches going on. By the time I got back, Dark Jiwa had already lost.
Damn.
No,
Who did
he
he
was
play
never gonna
against?
win that match
Mago.
because he plays Momochi. Like, he was never gonna win that match.
I mean, you'd expect someone at Capcom Cup to put up a better fight than that.
I mean, no, he got rocked. Like I don't know if he just got intimidated but he just didn't do anything. I was just kind of. I saw his second match too, actually, and he.
Yeah, now
same
that
thing.
y'all mention it, I not like a troll this time. I forgot that guy was even in this because I never saw a match
Yeah?
of his or.
Yeah, I didn't see a match of his
Heard
either.
about
I
him.
forgot he was in the tournament. So thank you for reminding
Oh, I
me.
didn't even hear like, yo, did you hear fucking he went 0-2? Like, no, I never heard that.
They didn't even mention it, right? Because they weren't surprised. That's why they didn't fucking.
He wasn't
bring it
even
up.
talked
It's
about
like,
like
well,
by
yeah.
the commentators, man. It was just like, who's this dude? Like, who y'all talking about?
I didn't know who he was, but to be honest, here's the thing: I didn't really know RB either. But I watched RB play, and I was like, okay, cool. And then I watched Dark Jawa, and I was like, he got steamrolled. Like, what the fuck was that? I just, when I saw him play, I thought about the people that weren't there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think you'd like RB, David. If you just watch more of his matches, he's really good.
But yeah, I mean, Dark Jawa, I thought about like, okay, PR Balrog's not there. Like, there's other players that aren't there, and it was just kind of weird.
Yeah, Dark Jiwa was one of those spots. He should have done the courtesy bow out.
You wanted him to do the. Who was it? Vince Carter when they bowed down to Michael Jordan.
Oh, Jordan?
in the All-Star? You know, this is the
No,
final
I'm
year
straight,
of Street
dog.
Fighter. I'm gonna give it
Yeah,
to you. I'm gonna
but-
give it to you, PR. Like, you belong there.
Right. Or even if it wasn't Balrog, somebody. I mean, because they would have had a better showing. 'cause
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was-
Well, I mean,
Ryan Hart, shit.
Ryan Hart, yeah.
Ryan Hart. There we go.
He hasn't been doing too well lately.
He would have won a match, Paul.
He would have won a match. Yeah,
You know
that's true.
what? He might have won a round. That's for sure.
He would have been more entertaining than fucking Dark Jiwa.
Or at least they would have said, "Man, Ryan Hart went 0-2." You know what I mean? Like that.
Yeah, there would have at least have been some kind of investment.
To be fair, that's a little biased because like we're Westerners and whatever. But
I've seen him a lot. He
I'm
is.
advocating for Ryan Hart. Okay, I'm global. All right.
Ryan is probably the better.
global.
That Ryan
I'm just
is
saying
the
Dark
better.
Jiwa didn't earn that shit. All right, he earned it, but he didn't.
did he win a qualifier or something?
Yeah, how
No,
did he? Was he on points?
I think
He
it's
was points, purely points.
Yeah,
Fuck it.
He just attended so many events and did mediocre at all of them.
yeah.
Yeah,
He goes
That
to
he had
everything
points.
in Asia. Everything. I mean, like he's been trying. Like I've seen him for like the last 2 or 3 years. Like if you saw him when he first came out, if you think he's bad now, so I've seen him improve. Like, but yeah, he's definitely on the bottom end of the Team China. Like I don't think he's even like. Maybe now he's closer with Zhao Hai and them, but I know in the beginning he wasn't from their camp.
Jeez.
You can tell.
It's just
Oh, by the
weird
way,
'cause-
I got him to get an interview on the next show next week. By the way,
Oh, Dark
Who?
Jawa?
Oh, good.
Yeah, if you pull
yeah,
that
he's the
off.
worst. He basically bribed his way in.
7-minute interview. Fucking.
That interview would be longer than his fucking tournament life.
Oh my gosh. All right, so we're not getting him on this.
chill,
Two
man.
minutes.
Too late for that.
2 minutes. Yeah.
Oh, man. There's the segue.
I'll
won't
tell you
even-
what, you didn't last that long, but we'll use that as the.
That quote's freaking awesome. I don't care what all you say.
I'm
Hey.
not
It
worried
makes
about
sense,
it.
though. The matches aren't 2 minutes.
I'm
Yeah,
not
like a
worried
round is
about it.
99 seconds. So
It can be less than 2 minutes.
If he bodies
could be.
you, if he
Listen.
bodies
Yeah, that's
you.
the point.
Yeah.
That man said 2 minutes. That's all you need to know. It's a number. He has a plan. He's going to execute it.
I'm not
Fuck
worried
this
about it
guy.
because I'll be
2
playing with
minutes.
Japanese
I think I'm the only
Avengers.
one who likes him.
No, he's like the
Fuck him.
first Muppet
Yeah.
baby to play
Okay, I'm
Street Fighter, man.
legitimately,
Like, he's just-
legitimately curious. Who here actually likes Fong?
I don't dislike him.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I don't
honestly,
dislike him.
I like when I saw that, I had to restart because I thought it was literally it was a troll video.
I thought it was a joke.
That's a
It
professional
is a joke
troll.
and it is a troll, but it's real.
It is so awesome.
Okay.
I mean, he
I don't
looks
know
like
what
some
you
sort
guys
of Third Strike or Dog Star.
But somebody
character.
straight up laid on the table for me. Why do so many people hate him so much?
Because he's like a fucking Disney villain.
Okay.
The new one,
Yeah.
You can't even take him seriously.
It's been.
I mean, so is Bison.
Okay,
No,
well,
Bison at least has like fucking faux like.
Bison's
serious
badass.
shit.
Get the fuck
He's
out
got a
of here.
cycle crusher. but
Compare
this guy
Bison to that fucking guy.
2 minutes. I'll finish
Okay.
in 2 minutes.
Okay, two things. Okay, A, he's supposed to be like kind of funny and weird, whatever. Like he's supposed to be like self-proclaimed, like number 2 in Shadaloo or whatever. So I'm not sure what's
Wait,
going on there.
self-proclaimed? He's not even really the one.
Self-proclaimed. Yes, self-proclaimed.
Well, he built that statue. I mean, that someone built that. Someone.
Hey, maybe it's him. I don't know, but
I'm sorry.
When I look at Fong, I think of like the old school karate movies where they speak, their mouths don't match what they're saying.
Yes, exactly.
That's what I think of when I see him, and I think it's
and
awesome.
you know what? I think that's fine. My
I like
only real complaint with him is that, like, okay, their characters, they don't play like Street Fighter characters,
Oh.
and that's whatever. Like Fuerte, easy example. But he doesn't look like a Street Fighter character.
Yes.
His proportions, like,
Right.
Well, yes,
look,
He looks like Dark Starkers.
I'm pretty
The,
sure
the
they'll
first
explain
thing,
that, too.
the first
Why he
thing I
looks the
thought
way he
of,
Third Strike.
first thing I thought of
Third Strike. Come on.
was what if Johnny from Guilty Gear and Faust did like Dragon Ball Z fusion, and you got that thing. Not that it's a bad thing, but that's the first thing I thought of.
To me, he
look
looks
at
like-
Dawson. Oh, go ahead.
Well, so to me, I agree with you. And let me, every time I think of Fong, 2 things come to mind. Like the asshole, like instructor dude from Mulan, the dude with the notepad, who was always like giving like that, plus the bad guy from Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Yeah.
Judge
The guy with the gloves. Yeah.
Yes. That's why I just
Well,
can't
I-
take him serious.
Yes!
I can't take him serious because it's so
I
fucking
think
ridiculous.
that's the point, though. Like, once I was able to kind of like expect, like, okay, he's not meant to be taken serious. Like, I was like, okay, and then it's that he's so goofy and wacky, and I really started watching the video on what he was capable, like what he looks like he's capable of. I was like, okay, like this dude he has some nice,
No,
like,
move wise, he looks scary, but yeah.
Well, like, okay. Like, getting back to, like, the character design thing, like, look at Dawson, for example. He's probably, like, the weirdest character in the game as far as, like,
we're used to
physiology
that.
goes. Like, he stretches, but at least when he just stands there, he still looks like a normal dude outside of the fact that he's kind of emaciated.
Right.
Yes.
Like, Fong doesn't... that's
looks-
not a human being.
He looks like an
Like-
animated character. Like he's got a pencil
Okay, what
head.
about Necro? Or 12?
But at
Those
least at
guys?
least the proportions are fine.
Like they. All right. So what I think what Paul's getting at, like
his head is long, dude. Like literally, it's not like
It's like an alien or a fucking
Yeah,
robot
like-
or some shit.
like
Yeah.
artificial
yes, like
look.
even
Yeah.
Necro, he's got
still
stretchy
human.
limbs, but
Yeah,
he
he's-
looks like a
yeah.
human, maybe with really long arms.
Right.
But Fong doesn't. Fong
Yeah, he
looks
looks-
like a Disney human.
Yeah.
He looks like, dude. Did you guys
It's
saw
like-
Afro Samurai, right?
Yes.
It looks like the villain with the guns who kills the dad. If that guy was to make a cameo in Family Guy, like that's what fucking Fong looks like.
It's like with a character like Fong, it feels like now anything's possible. Like fucking like.
Oh, they're gonna have a.
like
They're gonna have
fucking
a.
Hey, you get a Hey
I
Arnold in
just,
there.
I just put the official artwork of him there or whatever. Like, just look how thin he is. That's not human.
Right.
He looks like I want fucking Hey Arnold in there.
Yeah. Why not? Fuck it, we'll have
But
a dog.
I'm
Have a
love-
dog as a character.
I'm
But
just,
no, I kind of like the. I dig the hat and the shades and all that. Like, I like him. Like, he had to grow on me for a little bit.
The thing
And I
that
also like that his name is an acronym and we don't know what it means yet.
Yeah, that's the reason that I think like you saying he doesn't look human kind of makes sense. Like, why would
It's
his
possible.
name be an acronym if because he's not a human? You know what I mean?
I guess, but even then, man,
I mean, I still
Seth's
hate
more
him.
Normal.
Like I said, he wasn't what I was expecting at all for the last character. Because case in point, how you bring up like even Seth, for what his design is, even when you look at him, he still looks baseline like human, or based on human proportions and everything. Yeah, his abs look all crazy. I mean, but he looks like he could actually exist. This dude just looks like, where are you from? Like what is going on? Like he just doesn't look.
He's
he
from
just
Pixar
looks,
Laboratories.
Yeah.
I still think Nick Hawley looks dumber.
yeah, creepy.
No
and-
way. Holly was cool looking at least. This fucking guy.
Really, it's the
My-
fucking hair ruins it.
I was just
Macaulay
about to
is
say,
kinda
my only issue with Macaulay is the hair. Like, I don't like how it looks animated in the game.
Just
And it's to me, it's so distracting that I can't get past it. Like, fuck that.
I agree though, like, but I have that problem not just with Macaulay's hair, but with everything that uses that kind of like the floaty physics.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Like,
like
every
seriously,
time the
that's like
match
fucking
started.
Sia Source like 2001 ragdoll shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
There's,
looks
like, no
it looks
gravity.
horrible.
Not to mention it's fucking like clipping through him
Hey,
like
man.
half the time.
2 minutes, dog. 2 minutes.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, but that quote is freaking awesome. You bet
And
people
as soon as I heard
Yeah,
that, too,
yeah,
I was
everyone
like,
has to
okay,
admit that.
this is weird
2
as
minutes.
hell.
I'm gonna go back and watch the trailer right now.
No, dude, honestly, I could probably deal with everything except, well, there's two things. One, that skip. I can't deal with that. Like, that fucking pisses me off. It's so stupid. Like, if he just
It's
stood
awesome.
there, cool, like, I'd be fine with that. The other thing that maybe I'll grow to love down the line, but right now I can't take, is that fucking critical art. Like,
You don't like
The
that?
flappy
It's the most simplest, the flappy
That is the
bird.
stupidest thing.
I agree, man.
No
Like,
camera
Fucking
change or
awesome,
anything.
dude. Like, he just reminds me of, like, just old school Saturday night kung fu flicks, man. Like,
no, fucking
he just
Masoki.
reminds me of, like,
Masoki hit it on the head. Darkwing Duck, man.
Dude, the skipping. Come on, man, skip to my
I don't
loop,
even know
dog.
what pisses me off the most about him. I guess it must be the proportions because like when I saw Rufus, I loved Rufus.
Wait
Yeah.
a minute. Wait a minute. I didn't realize beforehand. He says you're already choking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're scared of this guy.
Fucking rapist, dude.
Time into his, like, I mean, and we're just, mind you, we spent the last 10 minutes just talking about his aesthetics. I really, like, if you pay attention to his character trailer, what he's capable of, like, he looks cool, man. Like,
No, that
he-
shit where he like lays flat and like flips over. That was
Let-
pretty
I
let
mean,
me-
Dad, he has a cloud. I mean, he put
I
it
like
down.
the
was
side
mad.
switch movie has.
He's
Where
like,
yeah.
he's like Voldo, dude.
Let me actually, yeah, Roldo's another one. He reminds me. Since y'all mentioned that we spent 10 minutes on him, I feel like even whether we like him or not, he causes way more interest than Nikali did when he showed up.
People are talking about him.
Yeah,
Hey, man.
I
And
just don't
purple
talk about how much they hate him.
You
'Cause
gotta
I feel
remember.
like, well, I mean,
Purple-
hate is still a derivative of love, right? Because I don't remember Nikali coming out like, oh, yeah, or vice versa.
Well, I
honestly,
agree.
Macaulay was like, I think a lot of people were just indifferent at first. I saw him
Yeah.
and I was like, what? Like,
I loved him. I still do. I think he's a fucking cool guy. I
I
don't
think,
like
like,
the way he
Macaulay
plays,
cool. I like the
but I think he
look.
looks cool as fuck.
well, and
Yeah.
that's the thing. Like, I think you have an idea of like how the character would play, and like you like that aspect of him, and like, and let's be fair, like a lot of people like seems Blanca-esque, like at extreme face value, like just crazy, and
Yeah.
I'm just like, I want to play my more calculated characters, and I'm just like, that doesn't attract me.
Mhm.
So, no, that's cool that he's there though.
I don't agree. He shouldn't be there.
Is it Nikali?
No, I'm sorry, Fong.
Fine.
Oh,
Nikali
no,
I like,
no.
actually.
Fong, dude,
2 minutes.
Do y'all guys know?
Fuck.
Do you
Fong.
he's the
You're-
dark, he's the dark J-Well of Street Fighter.
Dude, all right, so we
There's
got
so
Fong.
many much better people that could have been in that slot.
Right, we didn't get Sagat. Man, we don't have Akuma. Come on.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
still
We needed Fong. That's what
I am still holding out hope that Sagat, that Akuma will be just a secret character in the game at launch.
Like this
I'm
is
holding out
worse.
hope.
This is worse than Hakan.
Yeah, yes. I would rather
Still
than
like
brought back
Hakan,
a con
No.
than give me this fucking character.
No. I would much rather have this guy over a freaking oil wrestler.
I would rather
Hakan's-
have.
Well, I mean, based on the business model they're going for, I mean, do you think people would either
Okay,
pay for
DLC
Scott
players gotta
or
buy
Thing? Like,
Oh, that's true. You release Fong now because people won't pay for him later.
yeah,
I'll
nobody.
give, I'll,
no, please
I'll
don't
give you
answer
that.
That's the
I'll
fucking
give you
core
that.
question. Like, yeah, like.
I mean,
Or maybe just don't put him in the
Imagine,
game
fucking
at all.
Yeah, that too. That-
I mean,
Well,
maybe
hey,
I'll
like,
email
what the
Comic
fuck you
Field.
gonna
I'll see
do?
if he's considered it.
Don't waste resources on this guy.
I mean, what the fuck? Why? Like, why?
So,
It
I
seems
mean,
like something.
I'm
One of
telling
the
you right now. I mean, we're giving him shit, but I think he's gonna turn out just his moveset alone. I mean, him and Dawson do something that most characters can't do in that game, which is apparently zone because it's grappling 5-5. So I mean, that alone, like I said, his tool set. I think people are really just
but it's funny. It's funny that you say tool set because, like, obviously we see his special moves and that gets our minds jogging and whatnot. But like, I don't know. Like when I saw, I can't remember which character. I just saw someone's trailer and I was like, oh, like they're normal. Oh yeah, Rashid. I was like, I see a bunch of special moves. I don't know what his normals are, and that scares me that they aren't showing anything like that off. Yeah. And then once I got to see the character, I was like, okay, now I see his normals. They're there, and they're actually to be used and whatever. Right. I'm really curious about Fong's normals.
I'm pretty sure he's going to have long-ass reaching pokes, like the way he looks.
I know that he did something that was like anti-air, and I was like...
Ding, ding, the anti-air, yeah.
I was like, yeah, I can, yeah.
I think you make him strong just because he looks so fucking stupid. Like, the only way people are going to use him if he's good. I mean, so I don't know.
Hey, I'll dabble.
Yeah, I have no qualms.
I mean, come on.
He legitimately has me interested in, like, okay, I can't wait to get my hands on 5 now. Like,
I'll never
Vince has a character to make.
This character
actually makes me less excited
for 5, if that's possible.
Oh, of course. I mean, is whatever in doubt.
Yeah, Marcus, Vince was all over him. He loves this character.
Vince fucking played Hakan. Like,
Vince loves the shitty characters. Vince fucking adores
I don't even think it's the shitty characters. It's just the dumb,
stupid-looking characters. Yeah.
Hey, Vega's cool.
That is true, but Vega's.
I don't know how.
You know what? Vega's not that cool.
David's still throwing away.
No. Dude,
he's a fucking Spanish guy who talks about how good he looks and wears a mask and a cloth. He's a fucking faggot.
Oh my god.
Dude, he's an assassin.
Yeah, so is Gen, and he looks much cooler.
Dude, he yodels.
Yeah, he wears clogs too. Man. Fuck
dude, I remember when I told Paul that Vega was a ninja.
Should have opened up with that line. Then I would have been sold after that.
You did not believe me, man. Like,
you had me at clogs, yeah.
He's a ninja, man. No way. But yes, he's a ninja.
Spanish ninja.
Yeah, that's why.
That is the weirdest fucking character.
Hey, man.
We're all used to him now, so it's like whatever. So that's a weird fucking character.
Let me ask you.
20+ years, man.
Honestly, you look at the original cast. He was one of the most original characters. You have to argue.
He could climb on a fence.
The gate. I was gonna say that. He could use the gate back in the day. Not so much now, but yeah.
Yeah, you had to be on his stage, and he could fucking
Hey man.
Wait, okay. I just now that y'all said this shit about Fang, you got me fucking thinking. I mean, nobody's gonna bust moves about Hakan's fucking Lego hair, right?
What?
Hakan's Lego hair.
Lego hair or
Lego
red.
Yeah.
Like, Blanca. Yeah, we'll give a free pass on fucking Blanca, but not Fang. Like he's kind of skinny. Like fuck him.
Blanca is cooler than Fang. Way cooler.
No,
I understand what you're saying, but those characters are still. You see them and you think, okay, they have a weird body type, but not what the fuck. Like, there's no way a brain fits in that head.
let me ask you guys.
I don't know. I didn't see it.
Maybe that's why he can. Maybe that's why he can do all this weird stuff.
Yeah.
Do y'all know what timeline this takes place in Street Fighter-ness?
Is it post 4? Did we ever
like in regards to the whole Sagat missing?
Yeah.
I think it's after 3, but
it's definitely
it's after Third Strike.
So it's brand new.
I don't think it's after Third Strike.
That hasn't been confirmed.
Yeah, they still haven't confirmed it.
But I hear most.
I swear to God, if it's like another like intermediary fucking thing.
Most often, what I'm hearing is basically between 4 and 3.
Finally,
I would just much rather have just a freaking sequel.
Yeah.
I just want to continue the freaking series.
I mean, at this point right now.
Because...
Go on, Chris.
Yeah, we can just look forward to Sean forever.
I want Sean in this game.
Stop hating on Sean, man.
I want Sean in this game. Everyone hates
on
Sean.
His sister's in the game, damn it.
Sean should be in this game.
He's coming.
Sean should be DLC, dude.
For sure.
I'd pay for
the
him.
sister
Sean
thing.
Matsuda, man. Respect the name, Paul. All right.
Paul's just racist. That's why he doesn't.
Hey, your teacher is.
Hey, I'm liking on the Chinese guy. Give me a break.
Just give me Oro.
That's
please.
real progressive of you.
I'd like to
Just give me Oro and I'll pay for it right now.
in
Oro,
fact,
Oro and
let's all
Q.
just play
Let's
Third
go.
Strike instead of 5.
Well, yeah, let's do that.
I've
Yeah, that
heard
works.
Obviously.
That clearly works.
No, I'm not playing it third strike.
Why not?
I do a normal, and oh wait, I could die.
Yes.
No,
Street
it's
Fighter.
dumb.
I'm gonna
confused.
Let me present my counter argument. Ken's in it.
Ugh.
Okay. Counter argument to that. Ken is always going to be in every game.
Every
period.
fucking game
I
ever.
thought that was just a strong lure for you. I don't know.
Oh, okay. I did think
And
it was
Ken's
funny.
really good in that game.
I did think it was funny. They showed the whole like Street Fighter V like trailer in the game or whatever,
Yeah.
and like I was watching it. I didn't expect it to be so short, but kind of besides my point. Like we're watching it, and I was sitting there watching it with Jason. It's like, okay, wait, dude. Some people just stood there, and then Ken got bodied, and like that was the trailer.
It's a
I was
message
like,
to you.
no.
Yo,
It was
the
I didn't
graphics
care
on that
for
look like ass.
Is that really the opening?
That looked like
was
ass.
short as fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, the animation was fine. It's just
I
nothing.
think they're gonna have 2 openings, man. Like that's too damn short to be like a damn opening. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I did like how it showed that Nikali seems to be a focal point of the.
Yeah, reuse
Yeah.
Nikali. That's
Why
what they showed me.
reveal him
Reuse
first?
Nikali.
Why reveal him first then? That makes no sense.
Yeah,
Yeah, I would have liked him to be revealed last.
that would have been cool.
Kali?
Yeah.
I would have been. I would have
So
forgot
you
all
take-
about Fong.
So in terms of character revelations, you take Fong being announced earlier than Nikali?
I would rather have had that, yeah. I would rather have had Fong be announced when Laura was announced.
The only
They
thing
should
I
have
think
that
announced
was
Fong first.
Also,
That
a
fucking
thing that's
character's
kind of clouding
terrible.
people's opinions is just because like he was the last reveal.
Exactly.
I mean,
We
I wasn't
also-
really expecting like nothing crazy. He's just, I mean, he exceeded my expectations. So I'm
For the
happy.
last character, I was expecting something at least intriguing. Well, I guess he fits the bill.
Damn sure intriguing.
Okay, but
Well, I
the
have
only
one
thing I
hope.
can.
I just have one want.
I mean, if he's
Fong.
supposed to be the bad guy of the game, he
I was
doesn't.
going to get to that, but
Should-
let-
I-
Yeah,
I
Go ahead,
just
Chris.
want Fong to be like arcade edition of Fuerte Tier. That's all I want.
Yes.
Wow. Anyways, gosh, I kept trying to interject so long I can't remember what I was going to say.
Shut up.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
freaking Fong's awesome.
Why
No.
would you waste everyone's time with something?
Yeah.
that's not true?
I don't remember what I was
There
going
we
to
go.
say. I had to say
Well,
something.
I'll help you out. In terms of how he looks traditionally from like bad guys,
Oh
he
yeah.
doesn't hold at all.
The only thing I could think of was that, with him being revealed last. I mean, not that this means much, but we don't know the story yet, and maybe he's much more focal to the story than we realize.
He would have to be. because
And that's
Better be.
whatever. It
If
still
he-
makes
if
no
he's not-
sense. It still makes no
Why?
sense to
I'm
have.
sure this story's gonna
um,
be stupid again, though.
I mean, it's
Like
Yes,
like
it
whatever.
is.
Bison's trying to get into Nikali's body, and fucking Fong builds like the machine or something. I don't know.
But that's why I
I mean,
was
it's
asking
whatever.
you for the
But-
timeline because you got all the 3 buses with him in the background and the monument of presidents back there or whatever on the wall.
Shout
Yeah.
out.
Oh yeah. Also, I don't know if you guys happened to see this at all, but Capcom did
Mount
put out a
Shadow,
little
whatever
like
the fuck it is.
it was like an extended trailer, sort of. Intro or whatever.
4 minutes
And it was
long?
the same video. Yeah, 4 minutes long. It was the same one we saw, but then it actually goes through every character.
Yeah.
what?
But the order it goes through those characters is kind of weird. Like it goes Ryu, Ken. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
it's not
probably
in the
Ken
order
the-
they were released.
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
like Fong was
noticed
somewhere
that.
in the middle, and Bison was the last one. And I'm like,
Which-
well, is Bison the boss character then? I'm
He
confused.
better be. I mean,
If anything, I think Nikali's gonna be the boss.
Probably that would be my guess. But
Just- he's the weirdest one. He has like the most, like it's obviously, and I'm not a lore guy, but it's obvious like he's doing like the Satsui no Hado shit.
thank you.
Yeah,
No,
he's
sorry.
like the most evil looking
I've
one.
already told y'all, man. He's like the original inhabitor of that.
I will bet you each $20
Oh shit.
that's not what's up.
I
with
do
this
have to side with Paul
I'll
here.
take
I
you
don't
up
think
on
it's
that.
related to
Paul?
They've
that.
already rumored
Every
him as
other
the
Satsui
original
character,
version.
period, has certain traits that they all have, and Nikali has none of those.
Give me them.
No. What I'm getting at, he's like
Okay.
the original
They-
version of the Satsui no Hado. Like,
Yeah, I don't think he has that, but he does.
and that's
Okay.
what Akuma has. But like
Okay.
what Kali has is like the first ever version of what the Satsui no Hado represents.
Yeah.
That killing intent to want the strong souls.
Yeah.
became his own version. That's what.
Okay,
Akuma,
but Akuma doesn't absorb souls.
that's what you didn't
That's
hear
when
what like.
Nakali's even more badass.
That's what I'm saying. He's like the original version of that. That's what they've hinted at. That's what he was. Because like he hasn't like he's
Okay,
not
where
dead.
did they hint at
Alive,
that?
whatever. You know,
I
like,
remember hearing his story, like him being.
Maybe
was a-
Chlorians.
There was a Born Free did a. I don't know if you guys watch any of Born
yeah,
Free's
exactly.
videos,
Born Free was
but he did a good theory video, like talking about Akali possibly being like from a tribe of the like original warriors that thrived off just fighting, and they would
Yeah,
just fight to
the
death.
Maori. Yeah.
exactly the Maori warriors. But like
Yeah.
I understand. I don't even think he's dead. Like I think he's still like so many years old or whatever.
Okay,
Supposedly something along those.
but like,
I'm pretty sure he's just a dick and it has nothing to do with that.
well,
Born
if you-
Free is awesome. Shut up.
if you look at all the Satsui characters, the majority of them have teleports, red fireballs,
right,
like half circle fireballs.
right,
They all have a raging demon.
right.
Freaking,
Okay.
they're all freaking Shotos. Like,
So
I mean-
because he doesn't have a raging demon, no.
he doesn't have any of those things.
But I mean, like, if we're gonna go on him being the first,
Wait, who the hell else is
Real
there
quick.
besides Ryu?
He's the original version
Yeah.
of the Satsu. He's what the Satsu know how to
Okay.
he
Okay,
real
your,
quick,
your
both of
argument
ya,
is based purely off that, which is a theory.
it is
So-
it's the theory. But like, he's so raw. That's
Yeah,
why he's fighting like a
it's-
wild
it is-
man,
it-
like a
how is- It's not
caveman.
very strong on its
Well,
own. Like,
okay,
if
so
I had this idea.
First off,
it's
Paul,
true,
I
it
do agree
works.
with you, but has there been more than 2 characters like that?
Evil Ryu, Oni, Akuma.
Okay.
Well, okay, so he's obviously an ancient tribal warrior. I mean, it would make sense story wise.
Right.
But I'm just
I'm
saying,
just saying,
Yeah,
don't
that's
be
it.
surprised when they tie that in.
He's
Like,
an ancient tribal warrior in freaking, like, South America.
Yeah, and he goes like
he's from New Zealand.
saying,
man.
like Oni does. Like,
Whoa, that makes even more sense.
it's
Well, the
closer to
Maori, that's
Japan.
where they're from.
it
From-
does. It really. I mean,
Okay, but
so
Akuma's
your
in
argument, your counter is basically that he doesn't play like Akuma.
Right. That, yeah, and it's like, that's what I'm saying. That doesn't
He
That's
doesn't
not a
have
good
any. He doesn't have any of the same aspects at
Well,
all.
Well, that's.
He's
I
a
mean,
different version of the Satsui Nahadu. He's like the original version. What
If you're
Right.
wrong on
Because
that,
basically,
Akuma,
can-
basically what you're saying is like he's like they fought Shotokan like Ryu and Akuma. That's the style of fighting.
Exactly.
He's not from that same period,
Thank
so
you.
it's not to
Exactly.
say
He's
you
raw.
fight different.
He's
Exactly.
raw.
That's-
He's a caveman. Like, he's raw.
It's the still
Still
saying.
seems like y'all are like really.
Okay, then how come?
It seems like y'all are really stretching this out
Yeah,
on the basis
right,
like, well, he's got red shit, you know. It's like,
Right.
I mean, like, yeah, Vega's cute. I mean, they got a mask, you know. He's
This
like the
this
original,
sounds like you could
know,
use like.
you know.
It's
it
not-
sounds like
we're
you
not
could use
saying
this
that it's
argument for almost
definitely the
anything.
case.
Nahadu, yeah,
it
had the
sh-
fireball, but
It can't
it's
be
still-
ruled out. All right, so he doesn't have a fireball, right? Akuma, like all the characters you're talking about, are all Shotos.
Right.
Right?
He's obviously not. I mean,
Right.
Okay, fine, but like if I were to come up with a Satsui character that was not a Shoto, I don't know where you would get Nikali from.
I don't know where the fuck you get Fang from. Fong.
No one's
probably-
claiming that he's a Satsui character though.
Well, no one's claiming that fucking Akali is. I don't.
do in the Shoto, the
That's
Shoto.
what you guys are saying.
No one's,
I'm
no
trying
one's
to
saying
say-
he's a Shoto.
Yeah.
Oh
Shoto.
gosh.
Said
Just
he
that they
shares
use the same power.
that just one
Like
of
in the universe, that killing intent. They're
Yeah.
saying
You know, for
Right.
getting hung up on this. Corey, I'll never let you talk ever.
This is too funny, man. Like, look, they don't have a fireball.
Hey, this podcast is for people who invented round robins. All right.
Perfect segue.
Fuck. Yeah.
Okay. So,
I
I'm
think it's a
sorry.
thing. I'm just saying.
Okay. All right, whatever. We're just at an impasse, and that's fine.
well,
Yes.
it's not that. I mean, it's possible that it's not. Seems like they would need to invent a new thing if it's not, which
Yeah.
I don't see the point of.
And I don't see the point. Yeah, that seems too much. There's too much work on their part when they can just kind of say this is the original version of this. This is how this became, and this maybe because who's to say that the Satsui and like I said, I'm really reaching, But who's not to say that different regions have their own versions of that type of true like killing intent, so to speak? 'Cause that's what that really is. Just that
Like,
fight.
why I don't get why they would have to invent a new anything. I mean,
He
it's
transforms,
fucking
dude.
Street
Yeah, he
Fighter.
Straight
trans
up
That's
like
every
no,
single
dude.
time a new
The
character's
thing
made.
is you keep saying like
so does
how
every other
the
character.
character doesn't fit anything, but there's obviously has to be an explanation for. There's obviously a story behind his power. Like they're gonna tell a story there. It's very clear from the trailer.
I don't know why y'all think it has to be that.
It
specific.
doesn't. It doesn't. But it
It
would
just
make
makes
more sense than to have to invent a brand new backstory behind the power that fuels his fucking fighting style. That's
Because
all I'm saying.
if you don't explain it with that, you're creating a new thread, and then you're creating more questions.
To me, it just seems like the easier route to go with. All right, he's like the original version of this type of. I guess 'cause it's like a spirit, I guess, or force. I mean, I don't know what you really want to call it, but like, I guess the entity, energy, whatever, that original like. Because I mean, that's what Nikali is. I mean, he's just I just want to fight people, and he's
Like,
to the extent.
Exactly,
You know,
and even shit like Seth has an explanation, right?
Yeah. I mean, so.
I never really got the story before. I got to be honest.
I guess maybe I'll just hope not, because that dude is fucking whack, and I don't want him to have a big part in the story.
Right.
Well, it's obvious he's gonna matter. For better or worse.
Yeah, he's my Fang. All right.
Oh God.
Anyways,
Come on. How could
Anyways, okay. I see where you guys are coming from, but so with the whole round robin thing.
Oh God.
Okay. I haven't.
So we real quick. We did the. So we're done with 5. We're going into local stuff now.
I don't have anything to say about 5.
Nothing else, and you didn't see King of Fighters.
Paul, you didn't read any of the cast chat, did you?
We're going to go into that real quick,
That's
but
what I'm
Marcus,
getting to.
we're going to do that real quick. But Chris, you
Last
didn't
touch on 5.
You didn't see
So far, every top player I've talked to has said it's boring. Just saying.
on 5.
Except for Tampa Bison, but he likes boring.
Yeah.
That's true. He claims his thing is down back.
Yeah.
Which is funny. I think he actually walks around a little bit, but whatever.
But Chris, and you said you didn't see no one play King of Fighters in person, right?
You said I don't want to play it, or
No, you didn't see anyone play it over there, right? Because I know you said you didn't get to play it, but
I didn't watch anyone play it. I saw the line and I was just kind of like, fuck that.
all right. And no one saw any of the gameplay footage, right? So
I did.
all right. So yeah, I won't waste time on that then. I saw some of it. I thought it looks like King of Fighters.
Abraham, your
Oh,
voice.
it's okay. So fuck me, huh?
Yes.
Did you see it,
Yeah.
Marcus?
Yeah.
Hello.
We're getting a Skype.
Yeah.
Abraham, your voice is all fuzzy or whatever.
I know. Sorry,
Can
Paul.
you hear me?
I hear you. But yeah, Marcus, you said you saw the gameplay.
Yeah.
So yeah, talk about it. My bad, I didn't hear you. You have the lowest volume of everybody for whatever reason.
Did anyone else make that out?
Yes, he said talk
Yeah,
about
you
it
really
and
can't hear
at
him?
the lowest volume.
He's getting Skyped right now by me.
Fuck.
It's just my fault. But yeah, you could just tell him to talk about the gameplay.
All right. I mean, I watched like 2 or 3 YouTube videos. It's pretty. I mean, gameplay looks pretty much the same as far as
Looks like KOF, dog.
speed. Yeah, I mean,
Same
it looks
speed,
like
same
KOF.
jumps.
Yeah, speed looks the same. I'm kind of pissed that they put that fucker EXQ instead of Kyo Classic in there.
Hey, auto combos, man. Got auto combos.
But I mean,
And maybe his uppercut won't have invincibility and armor anymore.
it makes sense because they did that to differentiate from him, Yori. But
What the fuck is that?
I think that's from Marcus' side.
what is what?
That background noise?
What background noise?
Or maybe it's not Marcus.
All right.
All right. Anyways, yeah. I mean, it mostly looks the same. I didn't really see any of like the new mechanics or anything, or like the new.
So what are we talking about?
Yeah, I mean,
I thought he told me that he saw it, but
It's like, yep, it's King of Fighters.
but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, you asked me to elaborate. Like, I didn't want.
Well, I thought you said, well, it's all good. Well, yeah, I'll just say the same thing. I saw
I mean, I did.
Zalhai versus
When I
Daco
heard
play.
Jason and Julio talk about it, because Julio was with us at the arcade for a little bit, and we got lunch and whatnot. they kind of had the same consensus. They're like, basically doesn't look very good visually, but the gameplay seems good. You know, it's KOF. That it literally had like almost nothing else to say about it.
Yeah, it seems
Yeah,
fine.
I mean,
I saw Zhao and Daco
I
play,
mean,
and it looked like classic.
nobody
KOF.
else here really gives a fuck about the game, so
I mean,
I
in
don't.
general.
nobody else. I mean,
All right.
I think it's a cool game, but I'm not going to
Yeah.
play it.
I mean, 13 was godlike, and nobody played that. So
Wait. Oh, yeah, 13.
It was? Oh, okay.
Anyways,
Ah.
okay.
Good shit, Marcus.
Well, I guess Paul, if you have,
Not that I'm trying to rush or anything,
Do
but
It's
no
like
more
the-
KOF or
yeah, we good.
It plays like KOF, though.
Are we done
Different
with
I guess
aspects.
we are.
mean,
I try to be.
I mean, there's
Okay.
really
Hey,
very little
there's
game
auto
right now
combos. They're
anyway,
going to Street
so-
Fighter Cross Tekken route, so let's see how that works. So,
Oh, really? That
yes,
I
they're
didn't
auto
read up on
combos,
it yet.
yeah.
I mean, it worked
Or
really
the
good for that.
Persona
sure you'll
route
be
for the
able to
most
keep it
recent,
then now.
but whatever. Now I can
Anyways.
actually beat Josue in his main game.
I have a
That's
random
what I did.
segue.
You will never beat Josue.
Yeah, probably not, but whatever.
He's the best. What the fuck was he saying earlier? Like, I love the KOF hate. That guy's an idiot. Anyway, I'm sorry. Go.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I mean, shit. Have you seen his
Go ahead,
English
Chris.
skills?
Just have a quick segue question if we don't have anything else to talk about.
Do it.
I was going to go to local stuff, but go on.
I'm curious and like every time there's a big discussion about Street Fighter V on our page, there's always talk about, oh, I mean, it's a business thing. It's
Right.
you got to think of like the business, but no one's really pointing out that Cross Tekken already tried being casual friendly and that bombed hard.
I think they're just being smarter about it.
Yeah, I think that they feel like there was other problems with
Oh,
that game.
instead of putting his money, you gotta. I mean, what? Anyway, that's a sensitive.
Yeah,
Well,
there
I mean,
was-
like
there
the
was a
Cross
lot
Tekken system
more.
was literally hit light, hit medium, hit fierce, and you're doing combos. You can't dumb it down. Oops, sorry. You can't dumb the combo system down any more than like light, medium, fierce.
False. Do Persona's jab combos.
Yes.
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 Auto
Okay, I didn't know it got
Match
worse.
jab.
But I don't think that anyone was complaining about the execution in Cross Tekken, so I don't understand.
No, my point is, if Street Fighter V's
Yeah,
like,
that wasn't
lower
really
execution
effective.
barrier is supposed to save the game or make it mass appeal, why didn't it work for Cross Tekken?
Well, because there was a ton of other problems with Cross Tekken that.
The problems
Yeah.
that people had with Cross Tekken are not the problems that the mass market knows about. Like gems, there was a controversy about gems.
I mean,
They're
let's put
not
it this
on
way,
SRK.
Chris. Easy execution didn't kill Cross Tekken, so.
It didn't kill it, but it
Right,
did
yeah.
help it.
It damn sure didn't help it, man.
Well, okay, so but, I mean, I guess my point would be then it doesn't matter.
I would also
Exactly.
say that Cross Tekken does
Which
not
is
Right.
the
So,
point I'm
so
getting
what's
at.
the what's the difference? You know what I mean?
that-
That was the same
Mine-
point I was
this
making
is-
to Corey earlier. It's like,
I like my thing is this. This is my thing with Capcom, and I've stated this. Like when I understand from what you're saying, like if combos are easier, it keeps people in the match, whatever. My gripe with them is that they're going around as if a shady business, salesperson saying, "Okay, hey, we're gonna let you know the reason you can't keep up with Daigo is because of combos. So guess what? We're gonna make that easier for you." And
see,
it has,
I don't know where you're getting that.
but that's what they're
Like,
saying.
no, it's not. They're
the-
saying that they want to make the game more accessible at an entry level. No one's saying that you're
That's my
going
point.
to be godlike at 5 because the combos are easier.
But that's literally what they're saying though. Like we feel
Who said that?
Okay. Everyone shut up, and I'm going to pull up the Event Hub's articles.
Please.
That's pretty much what
Well-
we're talking about.
Well, no, I'm not even
Yeah,
talking
I'm
about
pretty sure
that.
Corey's
I'm talking
being
about.
facetious.
I always hear that it's always brought up as like, oh, it's a smart business decision, but it didn't work for Cross Tekken.
The
So
only
how?
thing I have to add to the Cross Tekken argument, now I'm not necessarily saying you're wrong. I kind of agree with you, sort of, but I will say Cross Tekken does not have the same push behind it. Like it doesn't have like this is next gen
So,
fighter.
It's
And
not
it's not and Street Fighter V is just being pushed harder in general. Like it's
It didn't have a Capcom
I
Cup
get
with
it, but
500K.
here's the only point I want to make then. I think people misunderstand what made Street Fighter 4 successful. Obviously, Street Fighter 4 is an extremely complex game.
Right.
We now know that. Maybe didn't know that as much at the beginning.
Yeah.
What got people to
Pretty sure it was
buy
the
that
first
game
Street Fighter
was
people knew existed since 2.
I think there's two things that made Street Fighter 4 successful. One was just nostalgia. Two was ultras. I think ultras are
comeback factor.
a huge, not even comeback factor, not even that far as to its purpose as a mechanic. I think people just like to see cool shit.
Yes, it was visually stimulating.
The cinematic aspect of it.
Yeah, I mean, and to be honest with you, that's a good point because that's definitely what like just that zoom in, that pause, that extra like emphasis on like this is my moment. I'm really sticking it to you. I mean, because dude, when Ryu just it's one thing for him to throw his fireball, but that first time like you zoom in on him, you see his face, he tightens up. It's just like holy, this dude's about to do it. You know,
it's dope because like aside from I didn't know he was a technically difficult character to use, Akuma, but the fact that I couldn't like land his ultra consistently, I was like, fuck this, I don't want to use this character. Like. I'm dead serious. I wanted to see Raging Demon, but it's like, so I never have a chance to land that. I'll just use Ryu because I can combo into his Ultra and land it in matches.
Exactly.
So, it definitely mattered for sure.
I think and I think the people put too much focus on like the execution barriers. I think the people talking about execution barriers are just the people without execution. I don't think the people that actually buy this game, the mass market that plays these games casually, gives a shit. Yeah. I think they just want to see cool shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good point. I mean, my thing with the execution is, I think I get why they're doing it, and I don't see it as a negative thing. I think it's kind of a non-factor. So when I hear people being upset about it, I'm just like, dude, it's not going to make a difference. Like, it's not going to matter. Sorry,
I'm going to say that when you're talking about as far as like going for the casuals, I mean, to me, it seemed like they made it pretty clear. The way I interpreted as that it's not about that. It's about, I mean, I could have sworn he said like almost verbatim, like it's about the people who want to get competitively better but don't have or struggling with doing one frame links or some shit like that.
I have
it's
to. It's
not about like fucking Joe Plumber or whatever,
right?
That wants to pick up the fucking shit.
I have to agree with Marcus here in so far as like they want to make it an esports thing. They really want to push that aspect of it and make the competitive scene larger, and that I think is actually one of the things that gets a lot of people at first. Like,
I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, my thing is...
Okay, maybe not a lot of people, but some people. I'm not saying it's the smartest decision, but I'm also kind of with David on this. Like, I don't see why it's a problem.
Right. I see what they're trying to do. I don't think it's necessarily going to work for sure, but I don't see.
And that's why I have a problem with it, because it's as if they're just lying, and it's just like, no, that's not why people are not.
Okay, Corey.
But Corey, who cares?
Corey,
what
point to me the article. Seriously, Corey, point to me the article, not because I'm doubting it's there. Like, I just literally, if it's there, I want to see it. Where have you read, like, people don't want to buy our game because the execution's hard, and we're going to make it easy so they buy the game pretty much?
No. It's not that they're saying people. They're making decisions saying that it's execution. Like, they even said we want...
I think you're putting your own spin on why they're doing what they're doing.
Take this one, but even in that interview, he literally says we made the barrier of entry as low as possible, and it's just
right.
Like,
okay, but he's not.
That's all he's saying.
That you're saying.
It's not like that has no bearing on the skill.
I mean,
ceiling, though.
If you want to take it at face value, I mean, what I'm taking it as is, well, we'll just make things very simple for people, and it's like, well, that's not why people can't really get into fighting games. Mm-hmm. It's not due to it being too hard. It's the work that requires to play a game. It's just as simple as that, man.
Like, I mean, I agree with you in the sense that I don't think that fixes everything. I think you're right.
That's my thing. It's just like call a spade a spade. And
so I guess
not really calling it a spade.
I don't understand the problem they're trying to fix. Because fighting games take work. Period.
Yeah.
Real quick, Roger.
They have a high barrier of entry. That's right.
A lot of work, though. I mean, it's just like
it's not even the work it takes to get okay at Call of Duty. It is a shitload of work.
Yeah.
Period. It goes to the point where you think about what other people think.
Yeah. No, it's dead serious, yeah.
You know what's bad when like Bonchan, like after he lost to Luffy, like played Rose for a little bit. Like, oh my gosh, dude. Like,
just fuck up your life.
That's dude.
Yeah, so I mean, it's like I understand from what you're saying, like it won't matter because
Yeah.
obviously everybody in this podcast, execution is not a problem of ours. Of course not. We put in the work. We've already done. It's not even work. It's just we know what we need to do to just quote unquote overcome that and just kind of get to that next step. But for Capcom to kind of just say, well, the reason you can't keep up with Joe Blow or you can't keep up with Daigo,
Where have you read that?
So
this is how I'm gonna take. This
That's
is my
how you're interpreting it. I get
I'm
what you're
just
saying.
letting you know how I'm taking it. The reason you can't keep up while you're with your friends is not because they're outthinking you. It's just because of combos. And it's like, well, what? No, man. Like that has
Wow.
nothing to do with the issue. That's just how I'm taking it. And to me, it's just false advertising. It's a bigger issue, and they don't want to really like kind of talk about that. They rather just and it's I mean it's good marketing. People are eating it up.
But that's what you have to do because
You're right. Exactly. You have
the
to
only
do that.
other thing you can do is fundamentally change what the game is, and they're not trying to do that. So
Well, you just need to teach people fundamentals, not combos. Like
also true, but how does the FGC go? I mean, how does Capcom teach you how to play footsies?
I think
Okay.
very simple. Very, very simple. Two people are at a neutral state. You both are jockeying for position. I mean, it's like it's
no, but how does Capcom get that information to you?
story mode.
so exactly. They even did it with trial mode. I mean, but that's where I was getting at. They can do that. It's I mean, it's a very broad subject, but it can be introduced.
But do we know that that's not happening?
We don't.
True. You're right. We don't know. We're just going off.
So my point is not that you're wrong. Like I think that actually, I'll be honest, that had never even occurred to me. Story mode teaching you how to play footsies, like that's fucking brilliant, and I hope that they do that. But my point is that what they're saying now with the execution, I don't think that that's bad. Like, whatever to me. But
I'm glad you feel that.
You're
way.
right. There's more that needs to be done for people to improve, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
and to me, that's my big issue. It's just like, nah, you got some other.
Yeah.
The only reason I have a problem with the execution thing is having a high execution barrier is fun, not to exclude people, but because even years later, you will still see new shit.
Yeah.
I was actually just about to say, like, I don't know how you reconcile this. And as much as I could never see myself playing a character like Viper, for example, like, I mean, that kind of thing is fun for Chris, for example. And my execution is not good enough to do that. His is. And it's fun to see people, come up with new stuff. And with this engine and the way things are just put together, I just don't see how that would work. And, like, okay, you could put a character in who has, like, feint cancels and stuff like that to do combos. And that would be cool, but, like, it almost feels like, okay, well, the only reason to do them is if you made those combos more rewarding.
Yeah.
And with the combo system already being easier, like, then those combos probably wouldn't be that much harder, and you'd be getting more reward for them.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't know how you reconcile that.
You can't really. It's a design decision.
I think what they should do.
What the game is, yeah.
I think what they should do, and I'm not saying this will fix it, but, like, right now there's isn't it a 2-frame buffer? So you basically, like, all links are basically 3 frames.
It's like 3-frame buffer, man.
Yeah. No, it's a 2-frame buffer, I believe.
Which makes it
you
a
still have the
3-frame
1 frame
link.
to land in.
Yeah.
Right.
So at worst, you have 3-frame links.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand why they can't just make it 2-frame links, because basically all that does is you took plinking out, so, like, people wouldn't have to rewire their sticks just to play the game. you take plinking out, and then you just make the combos as difficult as they already were.
I really like that, like, and because here's what I was going to say about the 1-frame thing, because I've heard the argument from both, I think Vince, but maybe Chris mentioned it, and Marcus has mentioned it, that it's nice to have 1-frame shit that's difficult because the option's there if you want more damage, right? Like, that's what makes people interested. Like, maybe I'll never pick a character like that, but maybe Chris will be into it, or Marcus will be into it. But on the other side of that, I would say the thing that sucks is, like, when a character like Abel, for instance, has a 1-frame link that's vital to his gameplay. So I now can't use that character at a serious level.
I mean,
so if you make Step Kick into Fierce a 2-frame link, like Paul is saying, all of a sudden, okay, I can fuck
I think
this
if you made
character.
a 2-frame link, you would have to make it
whatever,
not
nerf his damage.
strong,
I get what you're saying.
but I hear you.
Yeah,
if you
but I'm
plink
just
it,
using
it's
that as
already
an
a 2-frame
example.
link.
Well, yeah, but we're talking about without plinking. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I get.
Sorry.
I'm not saying that exactly. I'm just using that as an example as how it's hard to find a middle ground between making every character accessible to people and still giving rewarding guys for having good execution. I don't know exactly how you do that.
My question would be, does every character have to be accessible to everybody? I'm never going to play Gen. I accept that.
But wouldn't it be nice to know that you could?
No.
If you wanted to?
Because if I wanted to, I'd put in the work. But this is my world. This is the way I look at it.
Right.
If I wanted to, I would put in the work. But I don't.
Yeah, that's fair too. I mean, I get that side of the argument too. Like,
And I think part of where this argument basically boils down is, do I have to spend like a couple hundred hours to be able to play this character, like just to be able to play him at a level where it's going to matter?
Yeah.
I mean, but
I don't think there's
in the grand scheme of things, are you really looking at what you're doing? And like I said, keep in mind,
I'm not taking a side here. I'm just saying.
No. I'm just putting this out there as
takes.
well. In terms of time, everybody in this podcast on one level, I mean, obviously we're passionate about what we're doing. If we weren't, we wouldn't be in this podcast. So our view of things is a lot different than Joe Blow over there.
Yeah.
And that too. So, I mean, in terms of like time, even when I'm doing things that I can't pull off in a tournament setting, I'm still having fun trying to do it. Yeah. So I'm not looking at it as like it's time wasted. I
think if
I know I mentioned it, but I don't think any character should at least not completely rely on any sort of like one frame link or something.
Thank you. That's all.
Like,
I'm saying.
I mean, give everyone the options to do that shit for like max buys or whatever. Like, make even most of their stuff, but like not completely. Like, I mean, I guess you could kind of fucking half-ass Able, but not really. Like, if you can't do that, like, you're fucked.
Thank you. That's exactly what I just said.
The reality is, though, that like some characters are just going to be inherently more difficult. Like fucking Dhalsim is going to be a harder character. Should we make Dhalsim super fucking easy because some scrub can't play him?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, there's a line, and I don't know exactly where you draw it. I mean, yeah, that's tough.
I'm not talking about character difficulty. I'm talking about very specifically one frame links.
Rule, I'm talking about that's an easy number to quantify. This thing is one frame, therefore it's hard, therefore it's bad. Dhalsim is fucking hard. Dhalsim is probably one of the hardest characters in the game to play.
Yeah,
but you can't point at why. That makes it easy to kind of ignore the actual difficulty in the game. He's hard because he has to play a psychic game almost. He has to anticipate you.
Yeah.
That is fucking difficult. How do you make him easy? You can't. It's not one frame. What's hard about him?
Unless you just make
the
it
Street
normal
Fighter
like
part is hard.
or something.
I feel like I missed some shit when I was.
Well, no, but that makes sense, Chris, because then.
Just talk about execution.
The thing with that is that's not execution based, though.
No, my point is, I'm just talking about difficulty. Period.
No,
it's easy to say like no character should have one frame links, but are you just saying no character should be hard because character's going to be hard? Period.
No, I definitely don't mean that.
Yeah, I mean, and I think Corey made the same argument. Like, it's more things than just links. I mean,
that's my issue with Capcom.
I'm saying
I don't think if Gen's bread and butter was 2 frames, he'd be fucking.
Well, no, I'm not saying it is. I'm not talking about frame data at all. I'm talking about the difficulty to play a character and how you're not going to be able to play this character. Most people are not going to be able to succeed with Dhalsim because he's extremely difficult to play, and it's the same kind of problem. You just can't solve it by taking away the frames because it's not a frame issue.
There will always be an issue. People will always complain about something.
Well, I mean, I'm not really concerned about that whatsoever. I'm just saying, fuck one frame links.
Yeah, that's kind of my thought process on it too.
That shit, you know.
Well,
I'm just saying, like, that's not really something that has anything to do with any sort of mental, you know. I mean, yeah, whatever seems fucking hard. But,
no, the point is that there is inherent difficulty built into every character. It's not as simple as just like, well, just make the links easy.
Yeah.
Like even if you take out the frames of Abel, he still has the mix-up game. You have to be on the ball. Like Kiyoma didn't get to Capcom Cup because he has god tier execution. He, in fact, I mean, he hit the step kick to Fierce. I mean, a decent number of times, but most of his wins were based on just like sick decisions on when to command grab.
Yeah, for sure.
Based off me putting you in this position, I'm going to guess that you're going to do this. I'm going to counter it with this, and I'm going to keep the ball rolling. So,
not
that's the problem with, like, I guess, like I said, that's just my big problem with how they're advertising it. I get it. I'm older. They're not aiming for me. You know, it's a new generation. I understand all that, but it's just kind of like, you know, it's just that cheap car salesman just, hey, I got this over here. Come look at it. And it's just like, wait,
Right.
hold on, man. Like,
And you know what?
I'm not gonna lie. I was pretty impressed when Kaoma. I can't remember who he was playing. I'm pretty sure it was Snake Eyes. He got hit by a medium green hand, and he command grabbed it on hit. And I'm like, a lot of people don't even know that's a thing. And I understand at that level, I'm sure they do. But like, you have to recognize that like very quickly.
The presence of mind to do it in that moment.
That.
Yeah.
I mean, every time he used this, I've never seen an Abel use the sweep the way he used it, man. It was godlike. It was just like, this dude is on.
I wouldn't say never, but he did a very good job with it. Yeah.
It was godlike, man. Like that dude.
But no, the presence of mind to make the decisions he did in those pressure situations on that stage was pretty impressive.
It was just like every decision he made, it counted, and I mean emphasis on counted. It wasn't kind of like it was a, you know, it was anyway. I mean, but that just boils down to like you said, even if you take away, if you make step kick into whatever easier, you still have to be able to make a calculated decision to get in that position to capitalize off that. So that's a whole other, like, how do you teach that? Like, how do you know, that's what Capcom should focus on. Like, all right, you need to know how to approach it.
Yeah, so we all agree. Fuck one frame links.
This just goes back into my original point. Like, it's a difficult game. Like, like for instance, yes, it sucks if someone can't play character they like, whatever. But again, how do you fix that? You like, for instance, I know a guy who's not very good, but he likes Makoto a lot. Makoto's a fucking hard character to play.
Yep.
How do you fix that?
There's only one way to fix that.
What makes her difficult?
There's only one way to fix that.
Her dash.
Same kind of thing as Dawson. You know.
Yeah, learning how to. I mean,
learning how to like move
she
with
has
her normals
too many
and
natural
dashes.
disadvantages.
Yeah. I mean,
knowing how to use her normals. I mean, it's literally.
But would you say that her execution is her problem?
No,
I don't think
that's my point.
No.
Like,
so you don't. I mean, what needs to be changed? I mean, that's. I think they're two different arguments, man.
Like,
I think it's all the same problem. I think
the
the overlying tone of the whole thing is the barrier of entry for new players, and that sometimes it's not fair that something so core to their gameplay makes them unable to be played just by nature of the design. I think this is the exact same problem.
I mean, to me, it comes off like
one's a design decision, the other is it's also a design decision. It's just frame data.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting point. I mean, there are other characters in the game, so I mean, you could just
like
chalk it up to, hey man, I can't zone with Awesome, so I'm gonna pick a different character. I mean, I
never played any of the characters I've played, and I felt like, man, dude, like if it was only for my execution was really holding me back, it was other blatant apparent issues of what was causing me not to
See,
win.
and I'm in a different boat because I have had that problem.
Oh, okay. Well,
So-
I mean, to each his own, I guess.
Well,
I mean, it seems we're obviously on two different wavelengths here. It seems like, some are obviously inherently going to be more difficult. So let's just not give a fuck about one of the most petty things that we can fix.
No, it's not that. You're again ignoring the point I'm making. It's not about character's hard, therefore don't fix frames. It's you can't use this as an argument to say you're trying to solve this problem of difficulty when characters are inherently difficult that do not have this problem.
Thank you. There's other issues besides this.
But why not fix the one that you?
But I think that's.
I mean,
I think that's
what's the problem with?
Difficulty is more.
So just don't do anything. You know what I mean?
My point is that I don't think it's a problem that some characters are harder than others because that's already the case. I don't think every character needs to be.
I mean, so like if you're picking up chess for a first time, I explain to you, okay, the pawn moves in this many positions. They're able to do this. The rook does this. The queen does this. This does everything. I explain everything to you.
Right.
Okay. I tell you what each move is able to do, and I let you say like have at it. Is it my fault that you can't adapt to the rules of the game?
Okay, but let me ask you this, Corey. Let me ask you this, Corey. Using that analogy, right? Say that you introduce this new game, chess, to a bunch of people that have never played it, and a number of people are quitting for the same reason. Why not fix that issue?
Are they quitting for the same reason? I
I'm
don't
Yeah,
think
just-
they
but
are.
what is
No,
the
I'm
reason
just.
quitting
I'm, well,
for it?
I mean, you're saying.
I mean,
that
so I get what your analogy is. Yes, I
Right.
will focus on the problem, but keep in
Right.
mind we're not seeing the same issue as the problem. So I kind of like,
Well, now we're debating about what the issue is, and I'm just
Yeah,
saying,
Okay,
like,
first
what? So
off,
just don't try to fix it. Is that what I mean? Is
Well,
that the answer?
no.
Like,
The thing is,
because if there's no
trying,
issue, then why would they bother changing at all?
because I think people misunderstand the issue. The problem is that fighting games are hard.
yeah, and it's work, man, and nobody wants to put in the work, dude.
okay, well,
So Capcom
Going to
should
go on
change
a
nothing
limb
about
and
5
say
and
that-
leave it as is.
No, I don't. I mean, I don't agree with that.
You get what I'm saying? So
No,
Yeah,
I think they
I-
can cater to the audience you're talking about without changing the game.
So you're saying
Okay,
like
I
the
think
flashiness stuff, like the ultras, like that would be the answer, maybe to.
I think the same. I had this argument with Jason earlier.
Yeah.
We were talking about Mortal Kombat. He was like, "Mortal
Rebel?
Kombat's super successful. That game's not hard." I'm like, "Okay, listen. Mortal Kombat was gonna fucking die. Okay, Mortal Kombat Armageddon sold for nothing. That game didn't sell for shit. No
Yeah.
one even talks about Deadly Alliance Deception and Armageddon anymore. No one even
God.
probably fucking played those.
I did.
Yeah, I did.
Exactly.
They
Those
were bad.
games
I love
are
them.
fundamentally
Shut
the
up,
same.
Marcus.
Shut the fuck up.
They had a weird stance change system in them, but those
Yeah.
games were not failing because they were hard. They were failing because it was the same shit. People were
Right.
bored of it.
Mhm.
MK, I will hang my hat on this. Mortal Kombat came back because of X-rays. Period.
Yo.
And
I
the
mean,
story
that's not a bad point. I mean, and the
I
graphics
think
update
that
probably helped
allows
a
you
lot.
to address the casual by still keeping the hardcore like intact. So it
Exactly.
kind of like with 5, to me, it just seems like. I mean, I'm getting numb to it, but like when I look at 5, it just seems like just boring, man. Like it's just no really excitement, no
Mhm.
edge of your seat. And Capcom Cup really emphasizes that because everything we were so assured, oh yeah, this person's gonna end that shit, didn't go to plan. You know, I mean, obviously it's a different game,
Mhm.
but I mean, just ultras alone, like you said, even from a visual aspect, when everybody hits it, hey, and it's even cases when a player will hit their ultra, you're still on the edge of your seat because it's like, wow, are they going to hit their ultra? Because it's like, damn, it's not
Dog.
even guaranteed.
Dog,
that
7
that-
years in, I still get hyped seeing Zangief
I
Ultra
mean,
1.
so
I mean,
edge of your seat. But like when I look at 5, man, it's just like I'm
Yeah, you're right.
because I'm a Street Fighter player, but like I'm not like I just don't see like the anyway.
I definitely agree with you. One frame links don't belong in the game. All right, let me be fair. I think I see what you're getting at is where it's. I mean, some characters are just inherently going to be more difficult than others, and that's just a fucking fact of life that everyone has to accept. That being said, I think there should be a distinction between like mental, playstyle difficulty and just some sort of like, timing. Like, that's nothing really mental about that. Just slaving away to time something 1/60th a second. You're not really like mentally building any sort of
Mhm.
whatever.
Mhm.
It just comes off to me, and I'm tired of playing all these fucking characters too.
I think that's what it stems from. Like, I have no problem with one frame links. Not because I can do them all. I won't play Evo Ryu because I would want to do the swag combos and I don't want to put that much work in. But it's... I don't know. I just feel like it should be a part of the game.
Damn,
I
I mean,
mean,
that's
it
a
should be a
tough
part of the
argument,
game.
man.
And it's not even like a rite of passage or some bullshit like that. I mean, because like it's like I said, I'm never going to be able to do like Viper. Like that's just I won't say never, but like I'm content with my execution.
You're not going to put the time in to do it.
Yeah,
like
but
Chris
if
said,
I
you're
did,
just
I mean, I'm pretty sure I could probably, if I really focused on it, I could do it.
Yeah.
I just decide not to, and that's fine.
Mhm.
But like I said, even if I was able to do that, I don't, and the snares here believe like, oh, I can do this now. I'll be able to beat so and so because I can do this, and it's like, no, it's much more. Like I said, to me, it's way much more to it than that. But you still got to sell a game. You got to keep it.
I'd like to chime in real quick. So
That's nice.
Yeah.
So anyways, back to Gerard.
Anyways, the so is part of. I'm not sure where this falls in the argument per se, but like, so is part of the issue just like how much reward people should be getting for stuff like one frame links? Because in Street Fighter 4, it's very apparent that if you can't do them, then like there's a huge gap between what you can do with and without them. So are we saying it would help to narrow that gap?
You're a Ken player. That's
Because
what
like,
I'm saying.
because if you're playing Evil Ryu, like you're not going to be able to do what Daigo's doing, or
So-
have that kind of success if you're not able to do that kind of stuff consistently.
Here's part of the problem I have with the change, and it's more than execution. It's the way the system is designed now. There's like you're never gonna find anything like that's fucking awesome because
I agree.
I will try something once, and if it doesn't work the first time, I know it doesn't work
Yeah.
Pretty much.
because of the buffer. Because I don't have to try to hit a link that's sick. And after that, it's like okay, I know that doesn't work, and this doesn't work, and this doesn't work. So I know nothing links off of this button. That button's out of my mind, and then like the character just becomes so dumb and simple. It's like I will press this button because I know this button works, and there's no situation where that's going to be different because everything pushes you back so far.
Yeah. No, I hear you. I think the normals are kind of an issue for me as well. Like, I mean, I know they want to give every button a purpose, but I don't know. Like, I always thought it was really cool watching Street Fighter 4, and like you'd see maybe an unusual matchup or a character specialist, and they'll use some button you didn't anticipate, and you're like, why the heck is he using that? Or like when you see it work, you're like, oh, like that's so smart. Or
Yeah,
you know,
like you guys ever watch fucking the
I don't know, like Ken's
GameStop
same
tournament?
medium kick. Like no one uses that button, and now like I see Ken's using it a little bit more now. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Like that developed over time. But go
Yeah.
on.
Because I think even though like there's like, well, we want every button to have a purpose. I think in some cases there are some useless buttons, but I think every button finds a purpose.
Right. I mean,
With the exception of maybe like some jump normals and stuff like that, but whatever.
what do you use Sagat's neutral jumping roundhouse for?
That actually hits really hard. If you get a crumple, you can use that.
Oh, okay. All right.
A lot of those kind of normals do have like, I mean, Sagat's isn't as good as Ken's, for example, but like Ken's reaches really high up, and like yeah, that trajectory helps. Like when I've actually played Necromantic online quite a few times, and there have been several times where he's in the corner and he'll try to jump away, and nothing will work except like I just read it and just neutral jump roundhouse. It's the only thing that reaches high enough fast.
Yep. Yep.
And like I just pinned him there, and that's like 100 damage. Like dang.
I mean, it's an interesting point about there not being much defined in the game once once you learn the purpose of certain buttons. I mean, I guess that's more of a. I don't know. I guess I've never gotten to that point where I just like maxed out the potential of a character and like I know all the tools and now I can play. I've never gotten there.
I think that's been one of your weaknesses, that you kept switching characters, and it's like, well, you're not going to find this stuff until you spend more time with the character.
So I guess that's
Period.
why in 5 I'm not as worried about it. I'm like, yo, if this character's simple and I can get the tools down easily and start worrying about outthinking people, I'm all for it. I could see why other people would be upset because not everyone thinks that way. So I mean, I don't know. I'm not as worried about it, but I guess I can understand why people like Chris would be.
I mean, last point, like when Chris brought up the thing with like Evil Ryu, like when you say like, okay, well, obviously you need to put in the work to do what Daigo's doing to hit that's hard. You better be damn sure you need to put in as much work to be able to zone as he's doing to keep people out and capitalize off those mistakes as well. And I think that people don't really pay attention to as well. They just assume throwing a fireball is as easy as you doing a combo. And it's like, it's more to it than that, man. People are so focused on the end result, like combo.
I guess my point is, though, is that like, if you level the playing field on that execution, Daigo's still going to beat you.
I mean, yeah, but...
So it doesn't really matter.
To me, it's just no point of changing it. That's all I'm saying. But.
Well, if the game that came out with 4 was the way they are treating 5... all of Evil Ryu's extended combos would have been removed.
Yeah.
And we would be left with a fucking boring game.
So that was your thing, right? You said that they're intentionally taking out shit that people find, like, because they have a definite idea of how they want the combos to be.
Dude,
like the engine.
I know that's just a specific example, but I think Evil Ryu's like combos are like the most fucking boring thing ever. It's just like
they're freaking sick.
FADC forward, something.
I mean, but you're saying this. I mean,
it's the same thing over.
Tournament player, man. Like you've seen it enough you've probably been exposed to it, got hit by it enough, so it's like, all right, whatever, here he goes. But
I think Chris is more talking about the process. Like, it took people time to find that shit, and that was
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it
Yeah,
wasn't
that's
just
true.
readily available. I mean,
Like, the
people
first-
thought Evil Ryu was horrible when he first came out.
The
so.
first time I saw Evil Ryu do like against like Seth and Poison, like fierce axe kick close medium, I was like, oh, like that was cool.
Yeah, and that's the kind of thing you're not going to get anymore, and that's basically my problem with one of my problems with 5. That shit's gone.
There's
You're
no-
never going to see it again in this game.
I mean, shit.
But honestly, just because of how the engine is put together and whatever, like I don't think that can basically be fixed at this point.
No, it can't, and that's why. This is why I hate on this game, and why it's just a beta. Like, no, the engine's there. I know what I'm going to get.
Right.
Give it time, man. Give it time, bro. Give it time, bro.
Give it time, man. It comes out in 2 weeks. So.
It came out in 2 weeks.
Speaking of which, we will have the beta to play. I just wish we knew what characters we were getting.
I don't know why they're not releasing that fucking information.
I mean, if it follows the same pattern, we
fine.
should get the guys we haven't gotten yet, right?
Who's gonna die if they tell me now? Like, I don't. What's
Hey,
the problem?
Give me Fong and I'm good.
Oh my god! They
think we'll
better not fucking include Fong.
I don't
No.
think we'll get Fong. You see, because if they follow that pattern, like
Should be Laura,
Yeah, yeah.
Geef,
Laura,
Sim,
Geef.
That's it. Just those.
and that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
It should be everything up to, I think, Zangief.
So did we get the old characters then? Like, did we still get Ryu?
I think
we
so.
don't know yet.
See,
That
if they do it,
wasn't
they might do the
They
same.
did it during the
thing
last beta. They released them during like
The
Well,
last
they
day.
added the old ones back, yeah.
the last day. So I can see that happening again. I can't see, hey, here's 3 gays with the full game. That's kind of crazy.
Well, what they'll probably do, they'll probably start us off with the new characters first,
Yeah.
so we can find the combos they don't want us to have and take them out.
Nerf them by Tuesday.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's like, oh shit, claw canceling with Vega. That shit's great. Take it.
Dude, that is scary though. Like you do that, and he
Don't
has
worry,
the
it's
thing-
gone.
It's like, don't even talk about it, bro. It's a legend.
No, for real. Like they took that out. It's gone. Don't worry.
Karin can combo from a distance. Like, nope, canceling low forward. Nah,
I can't
Take that
believe they
out.
fucking did that, dude. But
I don't actually know that that's the case for sure, but
I'm sorry. I thought that was like fact that they changed the cancel properties of the crouch.
It may be. It may be. That's kind of why I bring it up because I kind of heard that it might be a thing, but
I've heard they
It's
did
just
something
like-
to the low forward. I don't know
it's
what.
probably not cancelable anymore. Then, yeah.
I think it is cancelable, but it's a smaller. I can't remember what the fuck. Someone said it like specifically. I can't fucking remember.
Yeah, I remember that post. He said the frames you could cancel it, make it harder to do the fucking just frame of the shoulder, but that doesn't really make
Yes.
sense to me because of the buffer window. It makes it not hard anyway. I don't know.
Dude, the just frame with the shoulder
It's
is
like they don't even know how to make it more difficult.
well,
They're fucking up the changes.
because
You
the
can't go
shoulder,
back.
dude, the shoulder, like all you have to do is just you just kind of plink it, like it's
Yeah, I never
I
understood the
don't
people
see
like
how you-
we found a 1-frame link in 5. I'm like, no, you just hit medium kick then jab, dude.
yeah. It's, I don't see how they could make that any harder. They could adjust the timing, but I don't see how it could be harder
You can make
Unless-
it like you gotta fucking,
unless they just reduce the window on the actual like just frame uppercut, whatever the heck.
Just take it away. Just take the move away.
Yeah, and then they'll just take that away.
I strongly feel like the game should be played as every Street Fighter should be played with only crouch forward.
Honestly, if we play the beta like that, then we'll protect the remaining combos.
I feel like we should.
You have to hide the tech from Capcom.
Yes.
You can't fucking-
We as an FGC, we need
You
to
know what they need to do
unify.
at this point? You know what they need to do at this point is just give Ryu back sweep into fireball.
Oh my! Hey, I'm all for it. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, you can't have him strong, man.
No.
Poster
Sweep into
boy.
fireball would be sick.
No, that wouldn't be. That would still be punishable on lock.
Well, but it has more reach than low forward though.
So here's part of the thing that pisses me off about the whole creativity thing as well. In the first beta, I found and other people have found there were setups you could do. Like if you supered, you could with Ryu, you could Dinjin and then you can do unblockable setups. And Capcom
Because it's
took
a hard
those out.
knockdown.
Yeah, Capcom took them out, and that whole design ideology is like, oh, they found something dope, get rid of it. That just sours me the whole fucking thing.
I mean,
See, and that makes a lot of sense coming from you. Like, Viper was just one of the characters where there was some of the most stuff to discover, and like just butchering that aspect for you.
It's fucking killing me, dude. It's like, okay, Okay, I can learn the cast in a weekend, dude. And that's fucking boring to me.
That is pretty lame. That concept.
Well, on that first weekend, you better like money match the well then.
I will money match everyone on Earth. I'm gonna be for real. If this next beta actually lets you play with friends, like there's a casual match option. If
That's
it
what
lets
I
you
was
play
thinking.
friends, I'm playing cast like 24/7.
It's still online though. Casual match is online, right?
I think
Yeah.
so.
Right. There's no.
Basically, see
They're
you
not
guys
going to do
in-
local. No.
Yeah.
So basically, I'm gonna see you guys in KOF 14.
Fuck no.
Dude, if 5 sucks, I'm gonna play Guilty Gear.
Yeah, he did
Oh.
tell me that. I mean,
That would be cool to see.
yeah,
I
I'll
hope
play it no
suck.
matter what.
I hope it doesn't suck. I don't want to play Guilty Gear, but I will.
I'll do it. I'll fucking do it. I love
That's
that.
what I'll do.
You don't like Guilty Gear, Chris?
It's not that I don't like it. It's just it's a little too anime for me.
Well, it was
A
the
little.
one. That was the one that started it all.
It was the anime fighter.
Yeah. Before that was a term and a genre and a niche, and that shit is.
All right. So enough 5 local, because yeah.
Alright.
Oh, are we still doing that?
I guess we can. Paul was
Okay,
itching to
okay.
do that.
All I was gonna say about that was honestly virtually nothing. I was just gonna ask questions. But basically, what I've done in the past is gone back through the group Facebook chat that we have for the stream, and I'll catch up and then I'll come back and whatever. But there's just simply too much, and I can't find the original Facebook post or whatever. Was it taken down? I don't know, but
Yeah, it was taken down.
I have virtually no idea what happened.
Wait,
And
Paul.
I
You
just want to have some idea of what
Okay.
happened.
Okay.
You didn't read the
And
whole.
what event?
You didn't read the whole group chat, did you?
He literally just said
I didn't
that.
read any of the group chat.
Are you
Okay.
Marcus,
Well,
you
I mean-
always do that.
He
Dude,
didn't
he's
say
playing
none
a
of it.
gamer
Look at you, David.
All right.
He always does that. Like when he fucking earlier ate. Like what? What? We said, dude. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Fucking David. I love y'all,
All right.
man. Y'all are
Take it down
awesome.
a
I just
notch.
want
You know, shut the fuck up, David. All right,
I'm
second
sorry,
one.
Marcus. I love
back
you.
to
I'm sorry.
Marcus.
Honestly, you probably didn't miss much. You'd probably be best not looking back at any of it.
No, yeah, don't. At this point.
It's just children being children, man.
Okay,
Dude,
I mean,
okay, I don't. You know
Okay,
what?
okay.
No, let me just
Literally,
fucking explain
okay,
what
okay.
happened.
Okay.
Can I?
So, before you go on, like you don't have to give me all the nitty gritty. All I want to hear is like Eric and I had an issue or whatever, and now this is what we're doing. Like that's all I really want to know.
Gotcha. So
Like I just want to know what happened.
Eric wanted to do the round robin. I don't know why he changed the idea to a tournament.
Okay.
I talked to the guys in the chat and was like, "This sucks. I wanted that round robin to happen. Why isn't this happening?" They
I
were
kind
like,
of agree. But go
I
on.
don't know. So I message Eric and I'm like, "Hey, dude, what happened?" He's like, "Oh, too many people wanted to do it." And I was like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, too many people were interested. It would have taken too long, so we changed it." So I talked to the guys. I talked to Abe, and Abe was like, "Yo, man, if you want to do it, let's just do it. Like, why can we not do that?" So I talked to Brandon, asked him about a date. He was like, "For sure." I post up in the group about, hey, we're going to go ahead. I talked to Eric first, and I'm like, "Hey, man, I know that you bailed on the idea for whatever reason, but we really liked it. I'm not going to step on your date. We'll do it a different day, but I still want to like move forward with this, just so you know."
There's no reason we can't do both.
Right. So I post up in the group saying, "Hey, credit for the idea goes to Eric, obviously, not trying to fuck with his thing, but how many people would still be interested in doing a round robin?" And I guess he took issue with that as, I was trying to shit on his thing or whatever. So that's basically where we're at. But, I mean, it's not going to dissuade me. I still want to do it. People still seem interested in it. Brandon's behind it. So, yeah, that's basically it.
Okay, so it sounds like both events are still down.
I would imagine so, yeah.
Okay. All right, yeah, that's all I really needed. Yeah, thank you.
But yeah, we're supposed to meet with Brandon on Monday because we tried to make an
Okay,
event page.
so you're being more proactive. That's good.
Yeah, because we were gonna
Because I wouldn't be.
we were gonna do a Facebook event page, but he was like concerned with the way it was worded. Like I think he wants to make sure that like Ultra is represented very, you know what I mean, in the right way. So we're gonna get with him on Monday about that.
Because
Okay,
Abraham put
just-
BooshFighter, and he
That
made
just
him.
shows that he's putting like his weight behind it too, which is awesome.
Oh no, he was super excited for sure.
Oh,
Like,
that's awesome. I'm all for it.
Yeah, I had the name and I had the page.
Yeah, he had BooshFighter on, and he was like, "No."
Abe fucked everything up.
I do that. I do that.
You know, honestly though, I didn't even know you had made a Facebook page for the podcast.
I'm not. It wasn't serious yet,
Wait,
but
you
I
did?
figured. Well, there's nothing on it yet, but I mean, it's there just in case it's time to use it, you know. But then I was like, all right, so I can put it
Yeah,
there.
Abe thinking ahead.
Yeah, it's just saved. There's nothing on it.
He's got little business cards. You don't even know.
2017, those come out.
Okay.
2017.
But yeah,
that's what Capcom
as far
Cup
as
is,
local
1 mil.
stuff, I mean, the stuff we talked about, Paul, and I wanted to get some input from you guys too, as far as what the entry should be, because we had an
Okay.
I think, yeah.
Okay, when I heard about the tournament, when I heard about originally like $15 buy-in, and I was like, okay, like winner takes all, like that. I don't know, like that. That doesn't sound great to me. Like I'm not. It'd be whatever. I mean, I'd sign up for whatever was run, but I prefer like top 3 get paid out or something.
Yeah, for 15, like
$15,
something
that's
with
a
that
lot.
much-
Well, we
Yeah,
went the
well,
other way with it just for now. It's not set in stone, but what we did was $10 buy-in, winner take all. But I mean, we could up
And I
the
was just about
amount
to say,
and do a
you
split.
could lower the amount.
Yeah, that was the
the
idea.
amount.
That way
If
you'd
it was-
have like
if it was
the amount,
like
really,
five
and real
buy-in,
quick on the
then
$10
winner take all,
buy-in,
great.
the $10 buy-in is only $10 because 5 is venue. 5 is the
Yeah,
actual buy-in.
5
Sure,
is venue.
fine.
Yeah.
because that would give like first place something to work towards, and then like it's kind of mainly about pride anyway, which is what I mean.
Yeah.
I just want to play, and like.
Well, the main reason I think it's cool is because there's a lot of people that live here that I've never run a 1st to 5 with, and probably never would have the opportunity to. Like
And
house.
that's
When the
awesome.
fuck am I going to play house?
Right.
I mean, like, and that's why I don't understand what's like. Anyway, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's one thing.
I know where you're
for us
going, Corey. I'm trying not to.
I mean, it's just anyway, man. It's just like, just do it, man. It's we all want to play.
Well, no, Abe put the drive in it, man, because I was like, I don't know, and Abe was like, hey, if you don't do it, I'm going to do it. And I was like, well, fuck, all right.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I have to give Abe some credit.
Dang,
It's kind of the
alright.
same thing for like the stream. It's like some podcasters, I'll set it up.
Yeah.
Which is
Take it down a
awesome.
notch, David Jr.
That's-
No, but he
seriously-
did. He
seriously,
was
though.
like, I'll do the. I
Hey,
mean,
seriously, thanks. Like the same thing with David, like doing the arcade and all, and David and Brandon. Like it just, like I don't understand people who organize and set up and run stuff, because I'm just like, dude, all I want to do is take part and not think. And man, like I'm glad somebody does it.
I
the
think
only reason I even thought about doing this is because I just wanted to play in the fucking round robin. And I was
Right.
bummed that it wasn't happening. I was like, what the fuck?
I mean, for people like me, it's the opposite, dude. Like, it's like I want to be like you guys too. I want to play. For whatever reason, it hasn't worked out. So I'm like, but I still
I
want to be
mean,
involved.
to me, it's one thing to be a really good tournament player,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but to really play a set with somebody, which a lot of us don't. And like I said, to me, I take it as I don't think they can say money, they can say time. I just think a lot of people just really don't want to get exposed. I mean, just honestly, I mean, they really don't want to have that.
That could be a thing too. I mean,
Okay. Before you go on, if people are worrying about that in like some kind of tournament setting, like where their placement is, then they're either terrible to the point where they're never really going to get any better, or we just don't like who cares about them? Like straight up.
I mean,
we're
like I
trying to
said,
cater
not
to
I'm gonna
the
say
buyer
that
I
I
just feel
think
that are afraid of getting exposed.
What
Quote,
was what
if
you
it was
said, Chris?
to a tournament
Oh, I
format,
forgot.
it's still
I
going
was
the
just
same.
Well-
So I was like, well, we don't want people.
Yeah,
to
I
get
mean, to me,
exposed.
I just think certain high players, they just don't want to.
yeah. I mean,
I
I
that's
think-
how I see it, man.
I just looked at this, like the way the scene is, and I was like, dude, I go to Ultra, like, maybe almost every week. And there's a lot of people that I've never played Julio ever.
Yeah.
Like, how stupid is that? Do you know what I mean?
That's pretty stupid.
That's why I want this to happen, because there's a lot of people like Rob, I fucking never get to play him. Or Rudy, I play once in a while, maybe.
Rob's cool, man.
You're not
Rob's
missing much
Rob's
against
cool.
Rudy.
promising of the new people. Like,
You're not missing much against Rudy, is that what you said?
Yeah.
I've never played Andy at Street Fighter. Not once.
wow.
Dude,
2 minutes.
what the heck? How long are
That's
we
what-
out of the scene, man?
But the thing is, I've been back, and I still don't play these guys. Like, that's why I want this to happen, because I just kind of want to play people. Like,
I just never realized these gaps were as large as they were, like between like you and whoever you played with. What else?
Well,
That's
the
why
good
we
thing
want this
is-
kind of thing.
if people are worried about getting exposed, they could always. Well, they took this out in 5, but you can still practice in 4.
You could get better.
You could get,
There was a time when you can get better.
there was a time, but
Jeez.
more
I
time.
know that was super.
I don't know why I have this feeling.
boy.
Like I just get this feeling that Chris is like not gonna like you're gonna get the game and just throw it in the trash. Like, just fucking.
No, I will play the shit out of it. I will play it, but I will fucking hate it. And I will talk shit about like if I want to win a tournament. I wanna
Oh,
win a
really? Will
fucking
you?
major, just to get on stage and talk shit about the game.
Oh, really?
This game sucks. I hate it.
I want to get on the
Takes his
stage.
money.
And be like, fuck you,
Takes
Capcom.
his
Thanks
money.
for the money. I'm going home.
So you're aiming for AB7. You're like, that's gonna be your podium.
I'm talking about like I want to go to final round. I don't want to fucking body everybody, and I just want to leave with money and shit talk.
Wouldn't that be great if they get like Mike Ross has the mic in his face, like so. You know what would you say about your victory? And Chris is just like game's fucking easy and just walks away.
Isn't that what's his face? That dude did a final round, Japanese guy.
Oh, the Marvel guy? Is that you're talking about?
Yeah.
Toru.
Yeah, I'm king of shitty game over there. Something like that.
I'm never coming back to America. Fucking
Yeah,
Boosh.
he's like fucking going out on top.
You guys are idiots.
Oh, I love that. I love that. I was there. I loved it. I loved every second of it.
I mean,
Yeah,
when you're
but-
top of the bottom.
I just think it'll be overall good for our community. And I think, like I said, the amount of time that we spend, I mean, because theoretically this isn't until what, like February? So I can understand if we just announced that we're trying to say like next week. I just keep hearing like time. That's why you plan stuff in advance to work out said time. And it's like, half of y'all be standing getting drunk anyway. So it ain't like you out there working
So
on
my
it.
only beef with it is everyone talking about why it can't happen.
Yeah, I mean, I just hear too much of that and why it can't.
Oh, you know, it's gonna be a thing. It's like shut up. Like what?
I really want to know who that was.
Fucking Johnny Ward. Oh, it's got to be a week long because people can't make it on that day. That is
That-
the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, when I
People
saw
can't
that,
make it one day, so let's have them come 7
I
days.
know,
What the
that
fuck are
was
you talking
insane.
about?
that was insane.
Wait,
when I saw
wait.
that,
He said that?
Yeah, he wanted to make it a week-long round robin
He
because
wanted
he
to make
didn't
it a
think people could
week-long-
make it on a Saturday. What the fuck? What?
yeah, that would be so hard to organize, dude. That's insane.
So-
I love you, Ward. I do. Just I did not understand that idea.
Sometimes he says things, but does not
Clearly, he says lots of things.
does not think about what he's saying or the implications.
Oh, champion.
Oh yeah, El Champion.
But it's always, you know, like, oh, I don't know if we're gonna have the time. It's just like, yo, just show up or don't. Like, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
I mean, like, dude, this is 2 months in advance, man. Like, we have.
Like, I understand maybe you don't want to go, but why the fuck would you try to talk other people out of going? Like, what do you
Yeah.
care? But anyway, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no,
I'm
that's
sorry, were
actually
you
really weird.
impersonating
Did he
someone?
actually
I
try
didn't
to talk
recognize
someone out
that
of it?
voice.
No, there was certain people that kind of shit on the idea and I'm like, why would you do that? Like,
Instead of being open to 2 events, it's like, no, fuck that event, just go to this one. It's like, wait, what? Like, what are you?
A week long.
Don't
Don't get me wrong. I'm not super
Is
interested
this
in it.
Topanga League, man? Just take it over a month.
yeah, we'll just do it over the course of the year. No.
What are you saying,
I know,
Chris?
right?
About
You
not
saying,
being
Chris?
super interested.
I was like, you shouldn't shit on an idea for like that. I mean, I'm not super interested in it, but
I think I remember hearing you specifically say you were like, I won't play in it.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean,
Which is cool, but Chris
Yeah.
didn't go, hey, nobody better fucking go. Like, why would you do that?
yeah, I just it's not. I don't know. I don't want to dedicate a whole day.
So it's going to
That's
be
fine.
the second
I mean-
best in San Antonio round robin. So
Nah, dude.
and it'll say in parentheses because Rain didn't show. That's what.
Nah, dude. As long as I don't play Chun-Li, Paul gives me a run for my money.
Dude, he bodied me.
Oh, you can't beat him. You can't beat his Chun.
He bodied me. Hey, to be fair, it was Ryu, but the matchup's actually worse with Ken.
I can only imagine.
I think, given the run back, I think
Ken also beats Yon, so
I fucking hate Ken.
and Viper.
Yeah, DP, dog.
Do you still use Viper, Chris?
I'm gonna make real quick. I'm gonna make a cut out of that. I fucking hate Ken.
Hey, I don't even like playing against Ken, man.
Dude, Ken is this. All right, so let me explain this.
Look what I awoken.
I mean,
Ken is
top tier
fucking
now.
scary. Okay, Ken
is
is
scary.
one of the scariest characters to fight because every Ken is a psychopath. They will walk up to your face and they will DP your ass. And
Or
they
they'll
don't even
grab
give a shit. They don't even need fucking meter. They'll just do it. It's scary.
Hey,
And he's not like one of those low health characters who like can't take the punishment afterwards.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you'll
he has
punish
average
them. You'll
health on
walk up
top
to
of
you.
that.
I feel like a
Like,
thousand
alright,
health in this game. Seriously, I feel
Someone
like
in the
1,000 health
chat
in this
too
game
just
is, like,
said,
above
"I hate
average.
Ken too." So it's like universal.
Who the fuck
dog.
is talking?
I don't know.
That was
But this
Abraham.
sister. My bad. I was just.
Just
Oh, you
the-
can't hear me.
I feel like 1,000 health is like above average now because there's so many strong characters with low health.
No, the
Mhm.
good, yes, because the good characters have low health,
hmm
Right.
except for Geef.
And Ken.
Fuck him.
I didn't know that much about the game. Geef is good.
He's good.
It's weird.
I thought he was like okay. I didn't.
All right, well, so I wouldn't call. There's a lot of characters in the game I think are good, but not like top.
Oh, okay.
Like I think Abel is not a. I don't know. I don't necessarily think he's top tier, but I think he's very good.
I know Paul thinks he's really strong.
I think he's underrated, but this is.
I think. Yeah, I mean, I could go on for a while, but needless to say, I think in this version he's very strong. I mean, like I said earlier, it goes to show something when the 3 players who were in Capcom Cup who played him don't play any other characters in tournaments. Like, even Snake Eyes plays Evil Ryu sometimes. You know?
Yeah.
I guess in general, having a
I
strong.
mean,
mix-
that could also be argued the opposite way, where if they did well with that character, it's because they had to put every single thing into that character and were not afforded the time to put into anyone else.
I mean, that's
I think
I'm just saying that character can handle every other character. Even the bad matchups, he just hits hard enough where sometimes he can make it work.
yeah. That's what I was asking about who his bad matchups were because it just seemed like I didn't hear any. I couldn't think of a character, and I didn't hear
Like-
anybody mention
like-
anyone that
like
just
if the
fucking
Akuma
beats
matchup-
Evil.
If the Akuma matchup was literally that horrible, then how did Tokido lose to Shiro 0-2? Even if it's Shiro.
I don't think Abel has any like truly horrible matchups. Like, there's nothing fundamentally about the character that
And I
any
don't think-
character
I don't
has
think
that
his
stops him
defense
from
is-
doing.
I don't think his defense is as bad as people make it out to be.
His defense is incredible. Who says it's bad?
Well, because like everyone's like, oh, you can just throw all of his options except for like TT, and I'm like, okay, well, you have a way out of everything as long as you have a bar, and like I
Yeah,
understand, like,
no-
okay, it's
And as long as you make 3, I mean, that's
like-
kind of the point. Yeah.
well, think
I
about
mean,
it.
Abel has a lot of options, and
He has a lot of options,
anyone
and
who
his
knows
options
Greg
are that
would never
bad.
say that
How
his
come?
defense is bad.
Yeah, I mean, EX changed your direction into Ultra. We saw that a couple times.
Well, like-
It's
Yo!
Okay.
What was that one where he
Exception?
like had the guy floating right in front of his face, like the juggle, and he hit it?
it was
I didn't
Gamer
even
B.
know
Gamer
you
B
could-
did a delayed Jaguar kick in the
Yeah.
air and fucking got Ultra off of it.
That shit was dope.
But like with his wake up options, like if his wake up options are bad, which a lot of Able players say, that's one of the things Strider points out, is like, well, then why are Ables always waking up with something? and his wake up options, like even if you read them, like if I read like that you're gonna, EX tornado throw or EX change of direction, like unless I like hard read neutral jump or something like that, I'm gonna get a throw. And it's just not that much, and your character has extra health, and EX change of direction is -3. I have an uppercut, but like most characters can't reliably punish that.
Yeah.
And then like, okay, well, EX change of direction is really good.
As particularly once they increase reduce the startup.
Yeah.
It's super good now.
That made it like twice as good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's freaking good.
I mean,
I'm
it was
surprised
alright,
that
but
it's
now
more
it's
like
really
jab combos into EX change of direction, because Strider typically does that a lot. But to be fair, I didn't actually like watch any of his matches outside of Kazunoko.
I saw one Able do
His
it.
other match. I'm sorry, go on.
No, I saw one Able do that, and it was. I don't remember who it was. I don't think it was Kiyoma. It wouldn't surprise me. That dude fucking.
Only one
knows
left is
everything.
Shiro.
Maybe.
Dude, kind of random thing, but I thought it was really smart by Daigo. Like, sometimes he'd block step kick, and he'd immediately do close medium punch into axe kick. And I'm like, dude, that's so freaking smart. Because, like, it's freaking smart. I'd never seen that before.
That's very good
Frames.
reasoning.
Like, if it trades, I don't think Abel can punish you. Because close medium punch just does a retarded amount of hit stun.
Yeah. It's smart.
And he gets like a combo off of it, and it's safe. It's awesome. I never
Good find, Paul.
It was freaking cool.
Oh, it was cool. There's a lot of little things like that that were really impressive with the tournament. I liked
Daigo
watching.
came super freaking prepared, man.
Daigo
All
was
his matches
playing,
were great.
Daigo was playing better than I've seen him play in a long
Yeah,
time.
he
I think he
disappeared.
really wanted to win this freaking
He
tournament.
really wanted to win, man.
Yeah.
I think he really wanted that win.
Dude, when I saw him start to like air to air Kazunoko there, like when it seemed like he had an answer for the dive kicks, I was like, oh shit, he might fucking win this thing. And I mean, he didn't pull it out, but
I mean,
Well,
like I
it's
said,
Really close, man.
You got
Yeah.
broken record,
To the
and
last set,
infiltration
he-
alone,
he
that
could've
match
done
is just.
I can't explain it, but Yun players inherently have godlike footsies.
Hey, Chris, seriously though.
I know, man. I faced David before.
I've heard people talking before, but
man, fuck you, Marcus.
That almost
Chris,
snuck on by.
I've heard you talk about this before, but just for the sake of the stream or whatever, what do you think of the Yun Evil Ryu match?
Oh, Yun bodies Evil Ryu. It's so free.
Really?
Dude, motherfucker hits so hard. Well, his low health and stun, it's not hard.
Same
No, I guess
same
that's a good
issues.
point.
I honestly, when I play that matchup, which is not often at all, but I've talked with Jason about this as well. Like one of the things we hate is that Evil Ryu's low forward has so much recovery, and Yun can so easily punish it with a dive kick.
Oh, yeah.
And
Honestly,
it's the worst.
a lot of Yun's matchups, a lot of the thing that makes Yun good is just his fucking neutral jump. Like, the most dangerous spot a Yun can be at is just outside of your low forward range, just outside of low forward range, and he's neutral jumping. Because he's just waiting for you to twitch.
Yeah,
when
and
you
that's
do, he'll dive kick.
and that's one of the things I like about Ken, because compared to the other Shotos, like his fierce uppercut goes so far that if I walk forward and you do that, I can tag you with it and then get a juggle.
Right.
But I
No
can't
other
do
character
that
can
with
do
the
that.
other Shotos.
No, well, most other characters can't do that. You like if you're gonna try to tag Yun neutral jumping from like a low forward range, you're like doing a hard read. You're like dashing at me with other characters.
Right. And
So,
that's,
yeah.
like you mentioned with Sagat, he has the forward roundhouse. It makes that scary.
Yeah. So
If
Yeah.
it trades, you're still going to get bodied.
mhm.
Oh yeah, you were saying that matchup is even, right?
I think it's even, but I think it's one of those weird even matches where it's hard because you have to play differently. You can't do that neutral jumping shit.
Kind of like Guy Fable.
Yeah.
Just throw my own character out there, you know. Just, dropping.
Basically, Yun players are
Apple.
superhumans.
Apple.
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Hey, they need to bring Vanilla Street Fighter 4, that announcer back. When he used to say fight, that's the best fight, like, ever.
They need to bring Indestructible back.
Thank you. I was
Well,
just about to
that's
say
it. I know.
that.
If there's not an equally gay song as the title menu theme
Yeah.
for Street Fighter 5, I'm gonna be super.
I was
That'll-
like, man, I'm back in 2008 right now.
Yo,
man.
did y'all hear that on the stream when like it was about to come up? They played fucking
Dude, it was
Indestructible.
freaking awesome.
I
I,
can't
was,
say-
Yeah.
I sang it and I thought of Marcus.
Oh,
the
what
whole
the
time.
hell?
We
I was
should-
so hyped.
I miss that.
We should get that
Oh.
for the round robin. That'll be.
Dude, they had the.
Dude, somebody do it.
Yes.
Do it, guys.
I'll pull that.
That
That
should
should
back.
be
be
the
the
intro
start.
song. That should be the start of the song.
Yeah, I'll pull that.
Actually,
back.
Chris, I would want you to show up to the round robin, not to play, but just to commentate.
That would
And
be
talk
dope.
shit.
You just talk so much trash to
That
everyone.
would be dope.
I do not talk trash to everybody.
It will be an
No.
ultra.
You could just
Dude.
say,
So
No
you
why
one
did
can't.
you do
safe.
that? That was so stupid.
You can't
Just say
curse.
that
That's
to-
the only thing. But other than that,
Especially these new kids, because they don't know you, so it'd be even more.
Dude, you and Jan, you and Jan both
Be
do
awesome.
that. Like, someone will do something stupid, and you're like, "You're freaking stupid." Like,
Yes.
you guys both say that.
Well,
Oh,
honestly,
you-
Jan was one of the first dudes that like introduced me to the scene. Him and Rudy. So
Oh, go figure.
I probably
Fucking
picked up a
Rudy.
little bit of their mannerisms. Rudy's nice, but Jan keeps it really real, and I appreciate
He'll
that.
tell you. Yeah,
Maybe other people don't, but like I like for instance, I was playing
I have my own
Online
example,
Tony.
but go on.
a long time ago in a money match. I
Playing who?
was playing Online Tony. Remember him?
Oh, okay.
Seth, yeah.
Seth played.
Yeah.
Tony Villanueva.
I was playing. It was first to 3, and I was up 2-0, and he came back 3 games straight. And when I was done, Jan talked shit to me, and I appreciated that because in competition you can't have this fucking like this soft talk bullshit. Really, I think
Yeah.
I don't need.
This is what's going on. This is
I
what you
don't
need
need
to
to hear
address.
that I did really well. I need to know where I fucked up.
Yeah.
Right. I agree.
Like, I remember I played Jan a while back, first to 5, Geef Ken, and there was this one match or a round rather, and I was winning by like a gigantic margin, and like I had 80% and he had like a throw left, and he's using Ultra 1, and I caught him with a lot of Kara throws on Wake Up, and I'm just like, man, I'm just dancing in and outside of that range. I caught him with a sweep, and I tried to Kara throw him on Wake Up because I'm like, well, I don't want to uppercut him because he might EX green hand, because he was at chip left. Like, I don't want to uppercut because he can EX green hand and then punish me, or I don't want to, like, I just knew I could throw him, and if he tried to do anything except Ultra on Wake Up, like, I'd catch him, and he ultra'd, and he freaking bodied me. And I still would have won the round, but he was like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I don't know, man, I thought you'd do anything else. And he's like, but looking back on it, I was like, why did I give him the only opportunity to get 500 damage?
No.
I'm a freaking idiot.
Yeah, I like Jan. Jan's a good guy.
Yeah.
Alright, so is that the... Do we have
I mean,
anything
I'll
else?
commentate. I'll commentate if y'all want. But
Oh, dude, please do that.
That'd be awesome.
Please,
Show
dude.
up.
Like I
Yeah.
said, come
Coming
through.
from me, putting it on,
fuck with
like,
all the new
please,
people.
that would be
The
dope.
only
Hell,
thing I-
even
the only
me,
thing
I
I
don't
can-
care.
The only
Why are
thing
you
I can
doing that?
say
Why are you
is,
doing that?
the only thing I can say is, and I know this wouldn't really be a problem for you, but if the arcade's doing it or whatever, Brandon's going to want to put a lid on the language.
Yeah, no
but,
cursing.
Yeah.
Yo, you don't
Shit,
even
what
need
the
to be on
fuck am I supposed to do
stream.
now?
Get a bullhorn and call people out. Just get a bullhorn.
I get super. I'd get honestly. All right, this is gonna sound really fucked up, but
No, then say it, please.
when I watch people fucking up stuff for so long, I get really bored.
I hear you.
It's
I
like,
hear you.
yeah, that was.
Well, every time they mess up, just take a shot. So that fixes
I
that.
would be
So,
dead in 15.
Well, yeah, probably.
Commentate
It's like,
as long
yeah,
as you
he
can,
got-
then,
he-
is
he
what we're
got
trying to
stood too
say.
close. Let him out the corner. That's a shot. Okay, he fucked up low forward fireball. That's a shot.
Oof.
I'd be dead really quick. I don't want to.
No, he didn't pick a top tier. There's a shot.
Fuck.
He picked a DJ.
You
Fucking
pick DJ for the shot. Like, yeah, like, why are you doing
Hey,
that?
DJ is not that horrible anymore.
Yo, did y'all
Hey.
see Julio's post?
I saw.
That was
Yeah,
so
that made me laugh
freaking
so
Dude, that
hard.
shit was so funny.
I laughed so hard.
DJ
That's
going
not
right to the top.
I love the way he put it. He was like, I couldn't have known.
I could not have known, man. Like,
There was
the
no.
fact that he even took the time to post that, I was just like, that's why I was like,
Hilarious.
this is awesome, man.
I like how we actually shared that with everyone.
Yeah, that was great.
That was
Yeah,
priceless, man.
man.
Well, I'm gonna go eat some food or something. Abe, thank you.
Alright, you saying bye? That's weird.
I know. Stepping it up.
You just bounce.
Yeah, you get a
We got-
professional.
We got a meeting.